Right, Shalom. We the GMS Louisiana Saints. We come in week in and week out to prophesy the downfall of America. But prior to getting started, as we always do, we want to give infinite honors and prayers to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rakapadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of GMS. And salutation to the uncles that's pushing the truth and sincerity. All right? And to you brothers that cleave to the body, to y'all as well. Pan the camera around, man. All right? Because, hey, Father is set in great dignity. Give me that in Ecclesiastes. Hey, Father is set in great dignity, man. And as you can see, these people are not. You got it? Go ahead, bring it out.
This is Ecclesiastes chapter 10, verse 6. Folly is set in great dignity, and the rich sit in a low place.
Right, so folly is set in great dignity. It's esteemed over here, man. All right? You got the Pope validating same-sex homosexuality. This is the Pope. All right? This is where all righteousness is supposed to come from, right? How you on up a civil matter and that anybody can just be with anybody? That's not thus says the Lord, man. All right? You don't gotta get the article, bro. Hey, the rich sit in low place, man. All right? The rich is these people on these signs. All right? So-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. All right? The people who have the good news or the good tidings, they overlook this society, man. Look, you got people getting on the street caught in festivities, you know, drinking, marriage and giving into marriage, all right? Not regarding the day of the Lord, man. All right? Because a lot of people they don't believe in God in the first place, right? We don't even say God. We gonna say they don't believe in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. They believe in a God, dude. All right? For God, there's many, man. Get that? When it says there's God, there's many that they carry into, man. But we are the heralds of the Most High to bring in and usher in the kingdom of righteousness, man. And that's how we do it. All right? And we are profitable service. Give me that, Proverbs.
This is Proverbs 25, verse 25. As cold waters to a thirsty soul, so is good news from a far country.
So you got to be thirsty and get in this word and understand it, man. All right? And come to the fountains of living water, man. Okay? Give me Jeremiah 2 and 13, bro. What that is, God? For God that's many? Yeah, get that. Hold that Jeremiah down. Yeah, bring it down.
This 1 Corinthians 8 and 5. It says, for though there be that are called gods, whether in heaven or earth, as there be gods many and lords many.
Right, so there's gods many and lords many. So a lot of people, you gotta watch that word, that terminology, God get thrown around loosely in society, man. Listen, you gotta pay attention to that, man. Yeah, I love, like, what this clown just came up here and said, I don't serve the book, I serve him. Him who? Him.
You know, we gotta follow him down.
You see?
All right, it's Mark 5 and 9. And he asked him, what is thy name? And he answered, saying, my name is Legion, for we are many.
We are many. There's many gods, man. You can serve many demons. All right? And what those demons do, they get you to follow that custom or that lust that you put on, man. You leech on to it, all right? A leech, what a leech do? A leech get on you and stay on you, man. That's what demons do. And what these gods suck the life out of our people, man. That's why you getting all these different color hairstyles. All right, you getting all these different beliefs. You getting all these type of. All right, well, you get that that spirit of America, man. Oh, that do as you will. You see? You want to say something?
I just wanted to say, feminism come with its own demons.
Feminism?
The LGBTQ community come with its own demons. These niggas come with their own demons right here.
Black Lives Matter.
Black Lives Matter. You know? And the so-called white man promotes all of it.
Yeah. Hey, we know we know who to serve, man. All right? Like it said in John 4:22, man. Ye know not what ye worship, man. But we know what we worship. All right? We know what we following and going behind, man. We got a direction in life.
We got another good.
Got another one? All right, you found it? We know the direction we got in life, man. All right? We got a vision. Okay? We got a way. All right? And that's the straight way. Bring it up.
Right, it's Revelation 13 and 11.
Yep.
And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth.
Yep.
And he had 2 horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon.
Yeah.
So even Esau was come speaking.
Yeah.
Them demons come
Yeah.
before you. I'm Jesus.
Get that in.
Jesus, yeah. You can believe that shit.
Get that in Corinthians. Let's say even Satan, angels is transformed to the angel of light.
Coming in the man of speaking like a lamb. What he doing? His dealings is nowhere in the earth is like a dragon, man.
Yup.
Devouring that shit.
A serpent. I got you. I'll leave on back up. Got it? Hey, because what the serpent did Eve in the garden? He was the dragon. Being subtle. But guess what? Remember when he came to Yahushua and took him on that high mountain and tempted him? This time Eve wasn't with him. So now you can't use the woman to get the man up. You see? That's why he couldn't prevail against Yahushua. You ain't have a mediator to get to him. Now it's you and him. See, because the man, matter of fact, give me Ecclesiastes 7.
And
7 and the last verse in
that
that.
that so-called serpent in the garden was a so-called white man.
That's who it was.
Say this. He came in the manner to a woman, because a woman's all about power. I was just getting the camp. I was behind a Rolls Royce, man. And everything that with his woman doing this. The woman's about power. That's what controls the woman. Power, fear, and money, man.
That's right.
That's what they're about. So that's how the serpent came decked out. Look at
Delicacy.
Yeah. See all the shiny jewels and shit. She wanted it, man.
That's right.
Oh, you ain't gotta listen to Most High.
Yeah.
You know, use that will, man.
That's that spirit. You see? I got what you got.
This Ecclesiastes 7 and 28.
Yeah.
It says, which yet my soul keepeth, but I find not. One man among 1,000 have I found, but a woman among all these I have not found.
Right, so a man could be righteous, you see, but a woman can't. So that's why why you think Satan went to Job White, all right? Why you think he tipped up? Because look, I could get up, but man is white. Keep reading.
It says, lo, this only have I found.
This only have
That
I found.
God had made man upright.
He made who?
Man upright.
Right, so man should know how to handle the adversary, man, the deceit. You gotta learn how to do that as a man. You gotta know how to ward off deceit. All right, go ahead.
It says, but they have sought out many inventions.
See, they sought out many inventions. A lot of people is getting on a lot of things. It's all this noise, this demons, man. All right? And many inventions is many imaginations. Like, all right, different gods, into this, into that. You sought out many inventions, man. You see? Go ahead.
1 Timothy 4:1.
Hey, get that word inventions in the Spirit.
Now the Spirit speaks expressly that in the latter time some to depart from the faith, giving heed to seducing spirits.
Right, seducing spirits. Doctrines of who?
Doctrines of devils.
Doctrines of devils. And remember, the devil could transform itself. The devil could transform itself into light. Go ahead. He called himself Lucifer, which means light devil. So he's telling you, like, I got the light. Do you really? Go ahead. I got one in the bag of seconds. Go ahead. This is 2 Corinthians 11, verse 14. I'm going to start at 13. 2 Corinthians 11, verse 13. For such are false apostles, deceitful workers, transforming themselves into the apostles of the Mashiach. And no marvel, for Satan himself is transformed into an angel of light. So I said, no marvel. Don't marvel at this, man. Don't be shocked or surprised that the devil is transforming himself to an angel of light. Yeah. And then he do it through prophets, of people we would see as men proclaiming themselves to be men of the Lord, men in purple. If you can catch that, but go ahead.
But if I can add, when did the so-called white man become this good guy?
Yeah.
When he started applying pressure on your ass,
Yeah.
that's what he did. Oh yeah, he's fine. He let us drink from his all-white water fountain. We could go to the movies together. When did he become good?
Hey, and tell you in Proverbs, what that is, 11 and 21, the hand joined in hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished. It don't matter what, you can get with these people, man. Look, you gonna be enjoying with them, you gonna die with them, man. Go ahead. Yeah, get this more in that
Verse 15. Therefore, it is no great thing if his ministers also be transformed as the ministers of righteousness.
Right, a minister is a servant. So they got people set up to do the inner workings of Satan. And it's not going to be a white man that comes to so-called Jake. They're going to send their people, your people, LeBron James, T.D. Bishop Jakes, Farrakhan. They're sending our liking. Because if somebody in a state of a so-called white man, all right, or Edomite, okay, come to you and try to persuade you to do certain things, you're going to look at him like, you don't know nothing about me, right? So I'm going to bring your own kind. I'm going to seduce you with your own people, Tupac. I'm going to lift them up. Yeah, I'm going to lift them up, man. Tupac was a sellout. I know his music fire, you know, Jake Bach, you know, oh man, but Tupac was a sellout. That'll make Jake not come into the truth. You tell him Tupac was a sellout, Jake gonna say, man, don't mess with them dudes, but they don't believe in holidays. They say Tupac was working with the government, man. You see? Go ahead.
This is Zechariah 11 verse 5, whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty, and they that sell them say, blessed be Yahweh, for I am rich, and their own shepherds pity them not.
Right, and their own shepherds pity them not, man. And these people don't. And listen, we sound like a broken record, bro. We're repetitive every day. The so-called white man don't love you, Jay. It's simple. And I'm gonna take it to another. I ain't gonna say love. All right? He don't like you. But Jake don't know. Jake's perception of love is way left, man. All right? Jake don't understand what's going on in society, man, at all, man. Our people is completely confused and lost in darkness, man. They ain't just groping in the night. They groping in the noonday too. Bring it out. Got some? Bring out what you got. All right. You got it. After that, got it.
This is Lamentations chapter 4, I'm going to start at 17. As for us, our eyes as yet failed for our vain help. In our watching, we have watched for a nation that could not save us.
Right. So Jake, you looking, hey, you keep going to Egypt for help. And this is the benefits of Egypt. Look around, man. Get that, man.
Satan himself.
All right. Let him go now. You know? Hey, but our people we love to trust the enemy, man. Hey, it tell you in the Apocrypha, as iron rested, so shall his wickedness, man. Never trust thine enemy, man. All right, Jay, that's why we're in the predicament we're in today, man. Because our people is a rebellious people, man. We see hard-headed people that would not hear the law of the Lord. You didn't get it? All right, you guys want
This is Isaiah chapter 30, I'm going to start at verse 1. Woe to the rebellious children, saith Yahweh, that take counsel, but not of me, and that cover with a covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin, that walk to go down into Egypt, and have not asked at my mouth, to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh, and to trust in the shadow of Egypt. Therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion.
Right. So our people in a confused state. Give me Jeremiah 3:25. Our people in you got it? Our people in a confused state, man. You see? Our people is completely lost. All right? They're mixed in. Come means with, and fusion means mix, man. They mix. Look at our people, man. You're supposed to be pure, serving the Lord, man. All right?
It's to the point where Jake said they're American now, man.
With mixture.
Yeah. They just be like, I'm American, right? That's what it is too. Jeremiah 3:25. We lied down in our shame.
What?
And our confusion covered us.
The confusion covered our people, man. Look at our people, man. Our people got a bush of fade, dreads and braids, and it's pink and orange and yellow. All in one hairstyle, man.
I talked about that before, man. You could go to the barber, tell them, give me a 7 and a 13.
Yeah.
You know, I remember back in the day, you go to the barber and see the pictures. You want that haircut.
They got everything.
7, 13, and a 5.
And one.
One.
And
Then
then he died. Then he died after that. You see? That's our people is with confusion. Go ahead.
It says, for we have sinned against the Lord our Father.
Yup.
We and our Father.
Yup.
From our youth even unto this day.
Right. Still sinning. We still sinning, man. We haven't figured out where the fountain of life is at, man. Not. Let me rearrange that. We, as in them 2/3 of our people, saying we because we are Israel, but there's an Israel of the Most High. Then there's an Israel that's not of the Most High. All right. But the we I'm speaking of in this case is what? Those people who refuse to come back to the Lord, man. 2/3 of our people, and we can't. No matter what we say or do, Jake ain't changing, man.
Right.
Jake don't want righteousness, man. All right, Jake don't want to walk upright. You know why? Because Black Lives Matter. That's why Jake don't want righteousness, bro. Because Black Lives Matter. When the Lord ain't dealing with black. Lord don't care nothing about black, man.
That was a name given to you by your oppressor. Man.
The Lord care about righteousness, uprightness, all right? And Israelites, man. That's your name, Jake. You're an Israelite. Whether you want to be a part of it or not. All right? If you don't want to be an Israelite, you could go to, change your name and change your ethnicity or whatever you want to do. You're still an Israelite, Jake. Hey, you got to wear that crown, man. Got something? Go ahead.
It says, and have not obeyed the voice of the Lord our God.
Yeah. Haven't been obedient, man. Our people have become gold that is dim. Give me Lamentation 4. Start at the top.
It's Matthew 6:24. No man can serve two masters. For either he will hate the one and love the other.
Right.
Or else he will hold to the one and despise the other.
Yeah.
Ye cannot serve Yahweh and Mammon.
Hey, you can't serve both, man. You gotta take your pick, Jake. All right? And really the Lord not giving you no option, because he already know what you gonna pick, Jake. All right? That's on you. If you won't die, man, just continue in the ways you've been. Just continue in the things you've been doing, man. Because you know what Jake gonna say. All right? I don't want to die, son. I don't want to die. But ain't doing nothing to live. Ain't doing nothing to continue living. All right, that's why the Lord said his people, Jake is hypocrites, man. They a hypocritical nation. He sent Ezekiel, Isaiah, Jeremiah. That's during the time when our people was flat out rebelling, which they doing the same, man, because the same people, man. All right, but that was on another level. And he told Ezekiel, I believe, Isaiah, one of them, don't quote me on it, he said, look, I send you to a rebellious house, for they would not listen to you, for they would not listen to me. Work it out, man.
And something bad. Jake needs to look at his legacy, man. Jake really needs to take a look at what's going on in his life and seeing his legacy, man. Because majority of the men in our nation, all they doing is popping women and having kids, man. And their children don't even know them half of the time, man. So within our legacy, man, we not doing better, so we need to create better for us, man. And it comes within these scriptures right here, man.
Not in America either.
No.
Let's clarify that. But Jay gonna say, man, they trying to build it up. No, he ain't, man.
No.
How you gonna build in something that's destined to fall? All right, Find out what you got.
This is Ezekiel chapter 3, I'm going to start at verse 4. And he said unto me, Son of man, go get thee unto the house of Israel, and speak with my words unto them. For thou art not sent to the people of a strange speech, of an hard language, but to the house of Israel. Not to many people of a strange speech and of an hard language, whose words thou canst not understand. Surely had I sent thee to them, they would have hearkened unto thee. But the house of Israel will not hearken unto thee.
So other nations, if the Lord would have went to his people and set prophets up and told them that he was their God and he was going to get them the kingdom of heaven, other nations would have got in line and served the Lord that day. This is what the Lord's saying. Other nations. But let's see what our people would do.
Man, look at these gutter rats. They're trying to be us.
They trying to be us. They trying to serve the Lord. It's just that they're not Israel. You can't serve the Lord. I didn't make you to serve me, man. But let them, like you say, they got the unction to believe on the notion that they were the people of the Lord. And look at them. They in the Holy Land. They trying to, present themselves as the people of the Lord, but y'all can't. Because it's not in y'all spirit. The Lord ain't make y'all that way, man.
What? But the house of Israel will not hearken unto thee.
See, the house of who?
Of Israel will not hearken
Hey,
unto
who
thee.
is the name of the Lord called by?
Yahweh.
No. Who did he call his house behind? His people. Israel. Yasha'el. That's who he claimed his name. Give me Isaiah 43:15.
Starting with order with Judah, man.
Yeah.
That's why it says Yahweh. Yep. That's why it says Yahweh, because Yahweh's name is in Israel itself, man. You know? That's why two-thirds of Jews can't get it, man.
They can't. But God, you made a good point, Elder. Our name is in the Lord's name.
Yeah.
It's actually in his name, man. Go ahead, man.
It's Isaiah 43:15.
Go ahead.
I am the Lord, your Holy One,
Yeah.
the Creator of Israel, your King.
I'm the creator of Israel. I'm your king, man. Come on, man. The Lord said there haven't been a house that I have put my name on. Matter of fact, I'm gonna find it. Bring out what y'all got. Find it,
And let me just finish this one. But the house of Israel will not hearken unto thee, but they will not hearken unto me. For all the house of Israel are impudent and hard-hearted.
Hey, impudent and hard-hearted, man. All right? Yeah. Rebellious children, man. That's why the Lord said, why should I stricken thee anymore? Why should I keep whipping y'all? For what? All y'all doing is waxing worse and worse and worse. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna kill you, and then you ain't gonna do nothing no more after that, man. All right?
Because within our nation, there's no honor, there's no integrity, there's no morals, no principles to do nothing right. All we want to do is just be degenerate, man.
They gotta back to what you just said. This is Hosea 4. I'm gonna start at 1. Hear the word of Yahweh, ye children of Israel. For Yahweh had the controversy with the inhabitants of the land, because there is no truth, nor mercy, nor knowledge of the Most High in the land, by swearing and lying and killing and stealing and committing adultery.
And you know why that occurred? Because you put your faith in your enemy, man. You expect your enemy to have you come out with more honor and more respect than him? No, he gonna put you on the lowest of the lowest totem poles, man. Now you go for him for what? Section 8, food stamps. You can't even have no man in your house, or you ain't gonna be able to get these benefits. That's the life that we live here, man.
They break out, and blood touches blood. Verse 6. I'm gonna jump to verse 6. My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge, because thou hast rejected knowledge. I will also reject thee.
That's right. And if they wanted to retain the Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua in their mind and their conscience and their being, they'll be standing up here right now, man. Not going to them damn colleges where they teaching you the same doctrine, the same philosophy that Esau been teaching your ancestors, man. See, up here, man, we got the truth, man. And we say it boldly.
Hey, now what people love to have it so. Should I do something? What you got something?
Yeah, a little bit more.
Well,
Seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy power, I will also forget thy children.
that's why you see these monsters, all right? Because they're forgotten by our heavenly Father, man. That goes by the name Yahweh. That's why you see these little children that they don't even know how to write in cursive, man. All right, the Lord don't give a. The Lord do not care about a degenerate nation, man. Of people, they degenerates. They gotta learn in the kingdom of heaven. They gotta come back in the old words of the elder, in the Hebrew Huggins. That's the way they gonna learn that. Then we gonna be able to teach them, man. But now they can't teach them right now, man.
as they were increased, so they sinned against me. Therefore will I change their glory into shame.
Yep. You're gonna change your glory into shame. And that's what you got, man. A sinful nation, a shame. A people that's ashamed. And we carrying better word, the name of the Lord around, man. And look at the mass majority of our people. There's only a small remnant that's really representing the Lord in the way that he's supposed to be represented. But that's okay. That's okay. Come on.
Jeremiah 33, 35 and 15.
Yup.
I have sent also unto you all my servants the prophets,
Yup.
rising up early and sending them, saying, return ye now every man from his evil way,
Yup.
and amend your doings, and go not after other powers to serve them. And ye shall dwell in the land which I have given to you and to your fathers, but ye have not inclined your ear, nor hearkened unto me.
Right. So you gotta amend your doings, man. Amend means to change. Change your doings, man. Haven't these ways procured the ear of the Lord from us, man? Going back into Jeremiah. All right, Jake, you gotta get in you gotta restore to respect your own self, man. How you gonna serve a Lord all power when you don't even respect your own self, man? Self-respect, self-integrity, self-dignity, man. That's how people lack that. Self-glory. All right? It's all about money to Jake. That's it. I guarantee you the only thing on Jake mind is money and finance.
All the money, but your health bad as a motherfucker.
Yeah. Gone.
Gone. You 700 pounds walking around Canasta in the Mexico. Yeah. All right? With a bank account full of zeros.
Yeah.
But you know, but a year from now, you ain't gonna be even on earth, man, because your health take you out, man.
Yeah.
You know? That's a sad case. You know? That's why a lot of shit that they come up here with, you don't hit nothing, man. A big button of smile don't do nothing up here, man.
Shit.
Don't do a damn thing up here. All right? Having the biggest gun, the biggest tattoo across your damn forehead don't mean nothing up here to us, man. You know?
Yeah.
And that's why, the reason why Jake, I say it again, the reason why Jake can't get in order with the Most High, all right? Because the way you come close to your power is by changing your ways.
Yes, sir.
Eating. Filling yourself up with wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, man.
Amending your ways.
All right? And the reason why Jake can't do it is because of the discipline, man.
Yeah.
It never comes behind that. Because it really, you're going, like I said, we made a contractual agreement with the Most High, which we did. The only thing you step on this side is the only way out, man, is death, man. Most High don't smoke. You gotta stand on principle, man.
Yeah. That's the spirit. Because I just did a video that says stand on the business. You gotta stand on this business, man. All right? And when you stand on, like the brother said, bro, principles goes into integrity, man. When you're standing on something, man, you gotta believe in what you're standing on, man.
Where it go bad? Maybe you talking about that. Where it go bad or good?
Where it go bad or good?
Talking to the man that said,
turn it up. You go, it's a lot.
yeah. What happened to the man? What happened to the man that said, any person that comes to that door, I'm gonna kill him, man? And it wound up being his daughter.
Yup. We're talking about that. He killed him, bro.
You know, on principle, man.
Because he made a pact with the Lord. If one of y'all get that, if y'all get that account, he made a pact with the Lord that anybody come out the door, he was gonna kill him, whoever it was. And it was his daughter. Guess what he had to do? You gotta stand on that business, homie. And even his daughter, that's how I knew you integrity our people had back then. Even his daughter said, if that's what you gotta do, handle your business. She even said, like, Father, if this what you stood up, or made a vow to the Lord about going to move. His daughter said that.
Hey, that's why we tell you, man.
Y'all
This
got
is
that
about
too?
cussing a white man out all day, man. Right? This ain't about here just sitting out here hooping and hollering. This is about, hey, man.
Got it?
This right here. This thing about it comes before your children. Comes before your emotions, man.
Yeah.
All right? You gotta study on principle, man. You gotta do it.
Yeah. You gotta do it. Because your principles and your morals is a reflection of who you are and what you serve. Because another thing is this, a lot of people thinking we coming out here on our own accountants, man. We coming out here serving the Lord. Nothing we saying is of us. We steady grabbing scriptures out the Bible. Now people, because the people see the outlook of things and the way people get perspective from things, they believe that it's the person that they're receiving it from.
Right.
Because a spiritual man judge all things spiritual. So until you can see past something and get the actual message of something, you'll never be able to comprehend and understand, man. All right, you're gonna always fall short of your vision in life, man. All right, because hey, dreams is for dreamers, man. We ain't dreaming no more. We in America. It's reality. All right, Trump about to win the campaign, and America coming down, man. Oh, good thing, good. Good. Yeah, see? He ain't gonna win though.
Hey, the missile's gonna win.
The missile's gonna win.
Show me the next candidate is gonna be the
There
president.
you go.
This is the next president of America.
Yeah, that's the president of America right there.
You're looking at him. According to the Bible, America's gonna be destroyed by 200 million missiles.
Yes.
Right? Coming from Russia, China, Pakistan, and all the American allies, man. All right, that's why you ask us who we voting for. You vote for Trump, hey, we voting for the missiles.
Yeah.
In this cesspool, man. Huh? Hey, get a precept on it.
The precept on the missiles.
On the missiles, man.
Yeah. Hey, they gon' and the Lord ain't just said they gonna destroy them. The Lord spoke about he spoke about how they gonna climb walls and hit people and bust things up. He didn't just say he gonna do it.
Hey.
He spoke about how he gonna do
I'll
it.
say this. When you go vote, you're voting for the greater or the lesser evil.
Yeah, the greater and the lesser evil.
He's working on a boat team, man. It don't matter who you vote for.
Joel West said they gonna climb walls. Yeah.
You so-called American people think you got a real voice.
Yeah. $200,000. I'm explaining what you said.
You really think you up there going in the booth and pressing the button and you making the decision on who the next president will be? Really? Really?
You want a world of
And
dreams?
you can't make a public decision on to go left and right in traffic, man. You really think these people gonna give you the power for the next president? Come on, man. They gonna run them down the block, bro.
That's demons. You know?
It's Revelation.
Hey, now here go that question, bro.
It's Revelations 9 and 16.
Yeah.
It says, in the number of the army of the horsemen were 200,000.
Hey, this is number of the horsemen.
And the horsemen.
Talking about the missiles, man. Go ahead.
And the 200,000 going to 200 million because ain't no million in Hebrew. So that's why he say 200,000, which is 1,000 on 1,000, which explains a million. Millions, man. You see, ain't no million in Hebrew. The only go to is 1,000. It's going thousands. That's why I said 200,000. You see? Go ahead.
That may sound like a lot of missiles, but I recently read an article talking about something called the New START Treaty, which deals with the U.S. and Russia capping how many missiles they have in deployment. And with the original New START, they had about 1,550 nuclear missiles on deployment, but they want to amend it to where it'll even put a cap on the missiles that are in storage. But they said that it would be impossible to get an account on those missiles in storage because there's just too many.
It ain't gonna matter, man. They're gonna use all of it.
Everything gave me
It ain't gonna matter, man.
Yeah.
Hey, man, you don't have missiles in silos.
Let us get it.
You don't have missiles in the museum. Just to look at them all day.
Oh, they all coming. They not breaking their ranks, man.
Talk about a missile. Look how pretty it is. No, those missiles are used. They're created to be used.
Yeah.
The only way you can get rid of a missile is by using them.
Yeah.
You can't turn them off. Once you
Get ourselves 54-16.
once you give a charge to the atoms that's inside a missile, it's on forever, man.
That's it.
Unless it's detonated.
This Isaiah.
Go ahead.
This Isaiah 54 and 16.
This is the bank that held up. All right, go ahead.
It said he burned part thereof in the fire.
No, the 54, he created the smith, the blow of the coal. Where you at?
54 and 16.
Isaiah 50. You know where it's at?
56 and
56 and 14. It might have
Yeah,
that.
right there.
54 and 16.
Hey, yeah, that's what I told you.
Yeah, I was at 16.
You won at
54 and 16.
I got it.
16.
You read something. Go ahead. Yeah, that was weird. Here you go. Go ahead.
This is Isaiah 54 and 16.
Then back him up.
Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire.
Right. This is who created the missiles, man. The Lord said, I created them. Go ahead.
Hey, cause you, I'm gonna ask you brothers out there. You know what a Smith is? Terminology of a Smith?
Somebody that make like
The
like
fire,
blacksmith.
the fire and the coal.
Okay, it's a blacksmith, it's a gunsmith.
Somebody that makes something.
They make it from a piece of metal out of a nickel.
Iron. Yup.
And they make it out of an instrument. They put it in the fire be glowing, and they beat it.
And they beat the coal.
Hey,
Yeah.
I got
Put it in the water.
Yep.
Oil under this shit. Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire.
That blow the coals in the fire. Go ahead.
And that bringeth forth an instrument for his work.
The instrument is the weapon. Go ahead.
And I have created the waster to destroy.
And it's the waster to destroy. That means they created them to use them. All right? He created them to use them. Anything you make is for use. You ain't gonna make nothing you don't have no use for it. We was made for use. The animals for use.
Esau
The
was made
water
for
for use. Esau for use. The lights, the air for use. If you see everything for use,
Hey.
what makes you think they just put this on display? Missiles that could destroy Earth, destroy countries, and they're not gonna use it. It was made to get used.
That's what Moses said in 2 Timothy about which the churches mess up. They said that you can eat pork off these countries, but the Lord said all things are created for his thanksgiving. Meaning basically everything that the Lord created has its proper use. A pig has its proper use on earth. There's the garbage.
Get that in the pocket.
The garbage truck is of the earth, man. Roaches
That
have
he
proper
created
use.
everything for his use.
You know?
Ecclesiastes 39.
Even Esau, man.
To be like grandma.
That's what the Lord said. I created the
Okay, I got it.
for the day of evil, man. He created the Lord created
Use.
they created the Edomites or the wicked on the earth for a specific appointed day, man.
Yeah.
You know?
But I got that.
Let me get this other scripture.
Yeah, everything created. Go ahead. Let's go prove what the elder said.
This is
Sometimes you gotta go apples and oranges with Jake. Cause Jake can't catch what they talking about. The Bible don't say it. Well, let's see.
This is a Sirach or Ecclesiasticus 39 verse 25. For the good are good things created from the beginning. So evil things for sinners. The principal thing,
Got a fire.
What they use.
Go ahead.
the principal things for the whole use of man's life are water, fire, iron and salt, flour of wheat, honey, milk, and the blood of the grape, and oil and clothing. All these things are for good to the godly, so to the sinners are they turned into evil.
Go ahead. Reread it. Wait, nah, break it down.
Oh God, I'm gonna just reread it. The principal things for the whole use of man's life are water, fire, iron and salt, flour of wheat, honey, milk, and the blood of the grape, and oil and clothing. All these things are for the good unto the godly, so to the sinners are they turned into evil. Say everything has its proper purpose in its right context. Like these different elements out here that Esau uses to make nuclear weapons and stuff. On the right hand, we would use it to create life. We have the understanding of those elements, but for the wicked, they use it for their
death.
Yeah, for death.
And I got an example of what a workmaster is, man. Most High is a workmaster. He's a smith. All right, Yahushua is a smith in himself too, man. All right, because I can go even a little deeper, man. Hey, you remember? I gotta get my Bible. I'm gonna try to find it. Where they tell you how, man. Just go ahead. Let me find it real fast. Oh man.
Look at Sirach 38 and 23. When the dead is at rest, let his remembrance rest and be comforted.
Get to the point.
25, 26, and 27 is the point.
All right. It's Ecclesiasticus 38 and 25. How can he get wisdom that holdeth the plow, and that glorieth in the gold, that driveth oxen, and is occupied in their labors, and whose is called
Right, that's work. That's one who works. How you gonna retain wisdom when his wisdom is in his work, man? And when you read on the way down in this chapter, God explaining how the use of a man's hands and his skills is when he put his work to and his trust in. That's what you start to believe in. How you gonna get wisdom if you more focus on your work and how much money you making, man? You ain't gonna be able to do it. Go ahead.
He gives his mind to make furrows and is diligent to give the kind fodder.
See?
So every carpenter and workmaster that laboreth night and day, and they that cut and grave seals and are diligent to make great verity, and give themselves to counterfeit imagery.
Right, and get themselves to counterfeit imagery, man. Because when you're working with your hands, and they speak about that in I believe it's probably Wisdom of Solomon 15, about how they that people give work into images, man, which they live, they have no bread in it. Meaning like you building something that have no bread and you believe in it. And you have bread in your body. All the fights. Yeah, go ahead.
And to watch, to finish a work, the smith also sitting by the anvil, and considering the iron work.
You first know what the anvil is?
Yeah, the big thing.
Big iron thing.
Big iron thing.
You bang metal against it. Hey, go ahead. I'm getting ahead of myself.
The vapor of the fire wasteth his flesh.
It wastes his what?
Wasteth his flesh.
It wastes his flesh, man. So when you put your life entirely into work, all right, and trying to make a living in a life and work, you wasting your flesh, man.
Because Esau has wasted his flesh on wickedness. Making it a nuclear missile, man.
Yep.
All right. Everybody's here for appointed time, appointed to something to do, man.
Bro, he committing suicide. The missiles is going to kill his own self. And he got the Smiths, the people with the intelligence, they all are under his hand. So he's telling them to build the missiles so they could kill themselves. Think about that. These missiles destroy countries, and they're going to shoot them at each other country.
It's going to be bad, man. Mutual.
He's a madman.
What is mutual?
Assured destruction.
Mutual assured destruction, man.
Yeah.
I ain't even.
Go ahead, finish.
All right.
I got the other one for you.
With the other fights, y'all.
Because Esau's appointed to something, man. His life and creation is a matter of himself, and he's created him to be one thing.
Yeah.
The son of perdition. And with his being the son of perdition, he became an artificer, man. Go ahead.
And he fighteth with the heat of the furnace, the noise of the hammer, and the anvil is ever in his ears, and his eyes look still upon the pattern of the thing that he maketh.
He works so much he eat and sleep work.
Focus on this.
You know, he probably jump out work when he off and get in his car and be on his way to work. Oh, man, I'm off today. You know what I'm saying? Like he eat and live work.
Been like that.
It been like that, yeah. We have been like that before. No, go ahead.
You up there, you sleep on the couch or sleep in the bed.
You jump up.
You got the work order for this.
Yeah.
Dreaming about it.
Go ahead.
And he watches to polish it perfectly.
Right? He take care of his craft. Go ahead.
So though the potter sitting at his work and turning the wheel with his feet, who is always carefully set at his work, and maketh all his work by number.
Go ahead.
He fashioned the clay with his arm, and bowed down his strength before his feet.
Go ahead.
He applied himself to lead over it, and he is diligent to make clean the furnace.
Go ahead.
All these trust to their hands.
They trusted it. This was the part I wanted to get to. They trusted they what?
To their hands.
Right, you're supposed to trust in the Most High. Go ahead.
And everyone is wise in his work.
He wise in his own work. Go ahead.
Esau what? Esau's wise in his work, man. Everybody who's giving their time and diligence to something want to be wise. He's just like us. We're wise. This is how it works, man. This is our business. This is our arena, man.
He looks diligent to the search.
He make a diligent search.
He make a diligent search. Yeah, you're right, Elder. Yeah, I'm trying to get it up there.
Even
make a
like I
diligent
say,
search,
even us, man. We are diligent. We make a diligent search into what we do, man.
That's right.
That's how we have the ability to go to the scriptures the way we do, man. Backwards and forwards and backwards, man. You know, and different things in the world, man.
You got the diligent search of evil.
This is
Go ahead and
Psalm.
then bring that order fights out.
This is Psalm 64, verse 6. They search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search.
They search out iniquities, man. You know what iniquities is? That's sins upon sins on sins. They accomplish that and then they do it diligently. You know
Hey.
what diligent means? To seek out thoroughly.
Hey, they even got institutions for it.
Yup.
It's called a CIA, FBI.
Yes.
Seek out iniquity, man. You selling big
ATF.
dope. You selling big
Big
dope,
dope,
right
yeah.
here? They gonna be all in your business.
All in your business.
They know your mama, your grandmother, your future kids. They know it all, man. that's Esau. That's why the scripture said he is wiser than Daniel.
I got that right.
He's wiser than Daniel.
Yeah.
Daniel was a wise man because the Lord was dealing with him up front, man.
Yeah.
Giving them visions and prophecies, man. It's so, Daniel was so wise, the king said, hey, fuck my people.
Yeah, I'm
I
gonna
need
make you.
to come here.
Yeah.
Deal with me, man.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Op.
There's a little.
Both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep.
It's deep. So when something is deep, that means they really go into it, man. Not Jake said, oh, he's deep. Meaning what? He really into it, man. All right? The sea, the moist is what? It's deep. You don't know that the depths of the sea. You see? It's deep. So that's how he going to iniquity, man, and wicked doing. Like he did, he do a diligent search of evil, wickedness, how to keep y'all killed, how to keep y'all oppressed. All right? He do it wickedly, man. Go ahead. Go ahead. I told you. I told you, brother. Go ahead. Wait. Go what you got? Hey, you got to get that auto fight for the
Autofice out the way.
Yeah, get the auto fight out the way. I got your own Ariana. Stop holding. I
Show you that Esau is the modern day Smith. This is him. This is what he was set to be, man.
Yeah.
And if you can,
I ain't forgetting.
if you can, go into Strong's and go into possibly
Auto
a
fights.
good dictionary of auto
Auto
fights,
fights,
man.
I'm gonna get it. This is
Esau, man. Go ahead.
This is Genesis 4, verse 22, and this is talking about the lineage of Cain. And Cain was the Esau, or he
Progenitor.
became Esau.
Yeah, he's the progenitor of Esau,
I
man.
got auto fights.
This is Genesis 4, verse 22. And Zillah, she also bare Tubal-Cain, an instructor of every artificer in brass and iron. And the sister of Tubal-Cain was Naamah.
Right. So he was an instructor, artificer in brass and iron. And how these modern day instruments made? With what? Brass and metal and iron.
Tin and
And tin. Huh? I got it.
You don't get it.
It says, one who makes by art or skill, especially an inventor of devious artifices. Devious artifices, man. That's Esau, man.
Well, Esau being into welding and shit. They gonna be
Welding and shit. Yup.
dealing with metals and shit like that. The Lord is hardwired his spirit to be into that type of shit, man. Well,
It says a skilled worker who practice some trade or handicraft, an enlisted man responsible for the upkeep of small arms and machine guns,
Hey.
etc. Man.
do y'all further know?
You see?
Read it again, man.
That's fire right there.
Read it again.
Oh my goodness!
That's Esau's blessing right there.
Oh, man, what? That's his blessing. Cain, matter of fact, when you go into the word Cain, it means weapon,
Yeah, I'm gonna ask you.
an instrument of work.
To show you how cold the
You see?
Most High is, I'm gonna ask you, brothers. Do you know that the first man to make the name of the first man to make the missile? His name was Jacob Esau.
Y'all go look it up.
Yeah, look this shit up.
That's y'all do the job. Go look it up. You ain't gotta believe it. Go look it up.
And watch how that devil look, man.
Hey, this
Go ahead.
this artificer, a skilled worker who practice some trade or handicraft, an enlisted man responsible for the upkeep of small arms and machine guns, etc. What is their blessing? The gun. Now you gotta listen. A missile is just a big ass gun to them. You see? Because it's used for the same way. It's an instrument of death. It's a big ass over enormous gun. They like
Man, I mean to say his name wrong. I'm gonna get it in a minute.
they like fuck shooting, Jake. We just gonna blow the whole continent up they live on. How about that? You see? Now you get Hiroshima and Hiroshima and Nagasaki when big boy and small fat man and little man, he came with them new
My bad. His name Abraham Esau. My bad.
Abraham Esau.
Hey, get a picture.
He came with fat boy. Hey, nobody had seen, and little man, nobody had seen
I got that
a power or weapon of that sort at that time. So he was shining on him.
This the man that made the first man, a German, to make
metal.
the missiles, man.
You're a German man. And them German is intelligent.
Yeah,
A German physicist. They're intelligent
look at
too.
that devil, man. You can't. My bad. You can't tell me. Look at that. You can't tell me it's a devil, man.
That's a double.
That burn. Hey, look at his flesh. You can tell he been fucking wearing that with that metal and shit. Look at his flesh.
That's
in
it
his
full
face.
fun.
Burnt up
Burnt
and
up
shit.
and
He fucking
shit.
with it, man.
That's if it's full fun is Cain. All right? Cain is the artificer. He a machine gun. I mean, you might as well see it. Hey,
the Gatling gun.
Hey, when he came with the Gatling gun, that's the spirit. When they came over here to get the Native Americans, they had the Gatling gun. All right? That's the machine. That's the Lord Throwaway. Like the brother did on the video, I'm a why. He the Lord Throwaway gun, man. Because he going to use them just to abuse them.
He gonna abuse you with
He
it.
going to abuse you with them. He the Lord sword. Get that in Psalm 17 and 13.
What that gun there? Got the Gatling gun, got the M4 Garrison.
Yeah.
Those Edomites, his name is the Edomites, man.
Yeah.
And I know my history on guns, man.
Yup.
Smith & Wesson, who the fuck you think that is?
Yeah.
The Browning automatic rifle.
Yeah. HK, that Kalashnikov.
Yeah, this is Edomite.
Them Edomites, man.
Whether they Russian Edomites or not, Edomites. Don't matter. Come here.
Heckler
The
and
Edomites.
Koch.
Luger,
Heckler and Koch.
Heckler and Koch, Edomites.
Chris Vector, them
Chris Vector's Edomites. That's right.
You mind if I get a
Hey, if they name their cities and countries after themselves, they gonna do their weapons in their street. The streets name after them.
What they got
They
for
own
cities
everything, man. What you
bullets.
think?
They making bullets, man. It's the Bible bullets, man.
They create their own bullet, bro. They make their own bullet, man.
17 and 13.
Remington. Who the fuck you think Remington is?
For real.
You think that's a nigga on Martin Luther King Street?
Yeah.
Yeah, 40 drinking nigga, pork chop eating nigga, man. A Saints watching nigga. Come on, man.
And so if you want to put your trust in them Edomites, because that's what you literally doing, you put your trust in the gun that an Edomite made, the enemy. Boy, you gonna fail miserably. You gonna fail miserably.
Shit need oil.
Yup.
Can't get hot over. I mean, there's so many factors going in that shit, man.
You gonna fail miserably. Go ahead.
Arise, this is Psalm 17 and 13.
Come on.
Arise, O Lord,
Yup.
disappoint him, cast him down,
Yup.
deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword.
Go into that word sword. A sword is an instrument of destruction. A sword is a modern day gun. Matter of fact, then Yahushua said a machine gun. Then Yahushua tell the disciples, sell thy sword and get a sword. All right, in Matthew, man, he said get a sword. Why? I just did a video on the holy sword of gold. You see, which is it's two swords. You see, the sword is an actual sword. Which this our gun. That's why we always tell them we ain't gonna do shit. Yahushua gonna do y'all something. Because you know they won't hold us accountable so they can use their real sword on us. The blessing they got. You see? Or they making threat attempts. Shoot them now. Nah, man. Our power gonna tell your ass up, man.
Mind if I pull this real
Which is thy sword. Go ahead.
This is Ecclesiastes
Y'all bring
9,
them up.
verse 18. Wisdom is better than weapons of war.
What?
Wisdom is better than weapons of war.
I had that on the video. Wisdom is better than weapons of war. You see? So to have this knowledge, and it ain't just any wisdom, all right? Wisdom to have the knowledge and understanding of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, all right, is better than war.
Weapons of war.
Weapons of war.
You
Weapons
get
of war.
high ranking in the army. Is it always about the soldiers and the weapons? It's always about the general. The general goes back into being a strategist, man.
Yep.
Ain't all about shooting up bang bang. It's about strategy, man.
Yep.
You know?
That's the word general means.
Yeah, strategist.
Strategist. Yep.
Because Esau, that's why Esau looks like that. That's why Esau looks into his footboarders like
Lake Charles, man. Clowns, man.
Alexander was a great. He was a conqueror. He was also a great strategist.
Yeah, war general.
You know?
A tactician.
Yeah.
War general. Yep.
Some Edomites used to really, I read accounts back in the past. This shit when you see 300, You short there, you can ball up in the ball, you can
Yeah.
really do that shit, man. How to make you think they retreat, but they really coming behind you, man.
Yeah.
Closing you in. That's strategy.
They get it from us anyway.
Even in fight, man. Even in fight, it ain't all about how big. That's Satan, man.
That's Satan.
When they say he's the power of the air, man. The power of the air, man.
Yeah, the power there, yeah.
Hey, it's hot as a motherfucker.
He that boisterous wind when Peter was scared.
I mean, something it's gonna go down out here, man, when we leave, man. You know?
Well, because we exposing,
Yeah.
right? The physical counterpart of Satan is who?
Look, he's got nigga crook walking now.
Yeah.
Look.
Hey, the physical counterpart, hey, bro, the physical counterpart of Satan, the spiritual demon Satan is who? Esau. So we exposing them. Abraham, Jacob, or what, you know what? Abraham, Esau. We exposing them. This is who y'all are. We exposing the wicked, man. You see? Go ahead. You still holding our precept with y'all got?
Yeah, I got one too.
All right. That's something.
Romans 8:6.
This is doing on time. That's on time, brother. Yep.
For to be carnally minded
To
is
be,
death.
to be carnally minded, that's the whole makeup of genetics of Esau Edom, man. He's carnal minded. So if you go to a man that have a blessing of the sword and he's carnal minded, how can you beat him? You're gonna fight a man with the weapons he made. That means he gonna give you the default ones and he gonna have the best one. That's common sense.
Hey, that already
That's
happened.
common sense, man.
That already happened. That's why you go to that man, John Todd, he said that the reason why the elite beggars bought Smith & Wesson is because in the time of Jacob trouble, a lot of niggas gonna be using these certain bullets with this certain Smith & Wesson. It's gonna
It's gonna explode on them, man. Cause Jake put their life into that gun. But boy, when you ain't got that gun, oh man, Jake just gonna bow down and let the Russians do anything to him. They ain't gonna die honorably for the Lord. Jake ain't gonna die honorably, man.
Well, he gonna eat
Jake gonna want to well, he gonna eat that corn. He gonna say, man, look, Chippy. Jake gonna eat that corn on the well.
Hey, man.
You gotta chill. Don't start that shit, bro. I'm gonna focus, bro. Don't start that shit, bro. I gotta be able to focus, bro. You brought in the spirit. You got it, bro. He said, Jay gonna eat that corn on the well. Bring it
Hey,
on,
man.
man.
After the last couple of 2 months, nigga, man, I have no trust in the nigga.
Right, no more trust, bro.
Niggas liable to do anything, man.
We got trouble.
They
Yeah.
will do it.
We'll do it.
And hide the shit. Hey, man. I don't have no hope in the nigga.
Yo, wow, bro. Start that shit, bro. He's still reading this. And then come with yours, Ariana. You
Romans,
finished?
let me finish it off. But to be spiritually minded is life and peace.
Right, to be spiritually minded is life and peace. Like he said on Colossians, I believe it's 2. I'm gonna give you a peace that passes all understanding, man. You see? Because you're spiritual minded. Now your peace that I give you with this understanding is gonna pass your understanding.
If you don't mind what I say, because when you're not spiritually, when you're not in peace, you dealing in the flesh, man, and you think that corn is your way out.
That's right. Hold on. You got it, right? You got it. You got a question, my man? Okay. If you got a question, let me know, all right? Perfect. Go ahead.
It's 2 Corinthians 10:4. It says, for the weapons of our warfare are not carnal.
See, the weapons of our warfare is not carnal. All right? The Lord said, give me Psalm 55, where it said that the Lord will sustain thee. It's 55 and I think 21. All right? Read that again.
It says, for the weapons of our warfare are not
The
carnal.
weapons of our warfare are not carnal. We're not coming with king of swords, man. We're coming with the scriptures. You see? That's it. 55, 50. Go ahead, keep going, bro.
It says, but mighty through the Most High to the pulling down of strongholds.
So the pulling down the strongholds, man. This word pulling these strongholds down. You got it? What it is? 55 and 22. Go ahead. Read it. Yeah, read it, bro.
This is Psalms 55, verse 22.
Yep.
Cast thy burden upon Yahweh.
See, cast thy burden upon him. burns his fights, bro. That's like your worries, your what you struggling with, man. All right, we can't battle the man that the Lord blessed with the sword. This Romans 13:1. These are the powers that the Most High ordained. How you gonna battle him? You battling the Lord, man. Go ahead.
Cast thy burden upon Yahweh,
Yup.
and he shall
This is
sustain
it.
thee.
Go ahead.
And he shall sustain thee.
So cast, that's finishedness, man. That's finishedness. Read it again, man.
You gotta take that off.
Psalms 55 verse 22.
That's finishedness, man. Oh, the Lord is not.
She know it too. She know she do.
Cast thy burden upon Yahweh,
Cast thy burden, what?
upon Yahweh, and he shall sustain thee.
He shall sustain thee. What we just was reading, the Lord yoke is light. His burden is what? Easy, man. All right. So yo, go ahead.
It says, casting down the imagination and every high thing that exalts himself against the knowledge of the Lord.
Right, and casting down all the imagination, everything that exalts itself against the knowledge of the Lord. Because feminism,
Right.
all right, Christianity,
Right.
we break all them strongholds, man. Them strongholds broke down now. He don't got nothing to hide behind. That's why he said I made Esau belt. I have uncovered our secret parts. All right? Meaning what? I done opened that up now. It's nothing to hide behind, man.
And if I could add, when the times of trouble come, through wisdom and knowledge of Yahweh Shah, you're not worried about what the so-called white man can do.
Yeah.
Concentration camp, FEMA camp.
He
We're not
controlled
worried
by the
about that,
Lord.
man.
He controlled by the Lord.
Right.
And if you serving the Lord, then what the Lord gonna do for you? He gonna sustain you. He gonna protect you, man.
That's right.
All right, Psalms 124, that whole chapter, which he goes into, all right, is about how the Lord gonna defend us when men rise up against us and try to swallow us up, man.
That's right. And it
Shit
says,
tripping, man. You gotta trust in the word of the Lord, man.
it says that exalts itself against the knowledge of Yahweh and bring it into captivity every thought to the obedience of the Mashiach.
And bring into captivity every thought against the so all the adversaries of the Lord, they gonna get dethroned, man.
That's right.
All right? The Lord say he casting down strongholds, principalities, kings, everything. Proverbs 21:1 say the hand of the king's heart is in the hand of the Lord.
Right.
He moved it whithersoever he will, like the water.
Like the waters. So the Lord controlling this man.
Then he hardened the Pharaoh heart.
Yeah, he hardened Pharaoh's heart just to show the world his power. Like I made him like this and do this just to show y'all like I'm in total control of him, man.
You know what Romans the 9th chapter is about? He's doing it again with the so-called white man.
That's right.
You know?
Yeah, making him like Leviathan. All right?
That crooked
Because Job, right, that crooked serpent. Because when you read Job, I believe it's like 41, it speak about Esau as Leviathan. All right? And nothing compares Leviathan. His skin, arrows, nothing. So he's liking that into his military when you read that spiritually. All right? Go ahead, brother.
That's how when you go later on in the scriptures, it says that the Lord beheaded Leviathan.
Yup, he beheaded Leviathan. So did the Lord kill his creature in 2nd Ezra 6 that he said he kept him in a moist, namely for be to devoured on whom he will? So he's using Leviathan in the end time. So why would he behead him?
Talking about like in the spiritual sense, talking about Esau
Esau,
as a power, as a whole.
That's right.
Because you can't take this man down totally, man.
his
But
military.
that's why even when we was up in Atlanta, I showed brothers. That's why we all liken it to Bohemian, man. Because the Lord he's dealing with Bohemian closely.
Yeah.
Because Bohemian he said have his ways or something like that,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Matter of fact, I'm gonna get it for you.
I got it.
This is Isaiah 27 verse 1, and I'm going to the Strong's. In that day, Yahweh with his sore and great and strong sword shall punish Leviathan, the piercing serpent, even Leviathan that crooked serpent, and he shall slay the dragon that is in the sea. And
Who is that dragon? Esau is that dragon, man. Go ahead.
Hey, and when you go into the word piercing in the Strong's, it's H1281, Buriah, and it says fleeing, fugitive.
Fugitive. Who the fugitive is? That's Cain. Remember he said my punishment is greater than I could bear. And he said whoever try to slay Cain, I would slay him. So Cain, the modern day Esau, is who Cain.
Hey.
That's Cain who went down to being Esau, man.
That's why I told you, I did a lesson a long time ago. Lincoln, Esau, Lincoln, Cain, Esau, the same. That's why when you go to Job, the 2nd chapter, it said that the Lord asked Satan, where have you been? He said, from coming to and fro
in the earth.
If you look up the word fugitive, where the fugitive is? Somebody goes to and fro.
Yeah, running.
He's the fugitive, man.
Yeah. Let me get that word fugitive.
And let me get, this is the Leviathan in this verse after piercing. It's Strong's H3882, Leviathan. And when you go to the Hebrew Chaldee lexicon, it says, a serpent of a larger kind. Isaiah 27 verse 1, the verse that it's used in, where it is the symbol of the hostile kingdom of Babylon.
It's the symbol of the hostile kingdom of Babylon. Listen, you can't go around that. All right? That's why the Lord raised up particular men to break these scriptures down, man. You see? And then guess what? Those men he raised up is not of the man, it's of the Lord. I ain't giving you the understanding and wisdom to say this and say that. Bro, we go back and watch videos and they know we said that. I'm serious, bro. Like, literally, man. But the point is, the Lord is using Esau, and you can't take him down, NFAC. That joke, whoever. But I'm just calling out particulars who's trying to come up against the white, Mike, what his name? Murder Mike, Killer Mike. We gonna get Banks. You cannot dethrone this man, bro. You can't dethrone him. The Lord is coming to take him off the throne personally so he could get the glory. Go ahead.
It's only one. It's like, remember that old story? Remember the old stories of 19 they said that King Arthur, anybody can take the sword out of the stone?
Yeah, that was King Arthur.
Yeah. But the only one that can take this man out is like Thor's hammer. Nobody can pick it up, but a special group of people.
Only a righteous person.
Yeah. So the only one that can take this man out is the Most High, man. The house shot. He's the only one that can pick that stone up.
And I got a precept to back up what you just said.
If I can say real quick, that's why he tell you in Deuteronomy 28 and 68 that no man shall buy you. Because he coming. So that means if no man, no matter what man of your own people, whatever, are in it, no man is going to buy you. I'm coming to get you. You have been bought with a price. I'm coming. It's mercy. Hey, if somebody raise up and take Esau out of power, that automatically means Yahweh can't come back and get nobody. So that means prophecy gonna be upset. That makes the Lord a lie. That going to, you see? Not so. Go ahead.
It says, it's Romans.
I'm gonna lead him by luck.
It's Romans 9 and 15. It says, for he said, it says,
Never buy a dog like that. You got demons, the dog got demons on him.
it's Romans 9 and 15. It's what he says to Moses, I will have mercy on whom I will have mercy, and I will have compassion on whom I will have compassion. So then it is not of him that willeth, nor of him that runneth, but of God that showeth mercy.
That showeth mercy. And if you read up a little more, it says, them being born haven't done any good or evil, that the call and election of the Lord might stand. So the Lord reserved Esau, going back to Proverbs 16 and 4, for the day of evil. I'm reserving him for the day of evil so I can break him in pieces. He said that I'm gonna cut asunder the loins and spit the loins of the unmerciful. Those murderous children of merciless murderers of children.
I want to say something, because you Jakes out there, you haven't put this thing that we call life all into perspective, man. You read the scriptures. It's Esau and Jacob that represents us. We represent Jacob. The so-called white race represents Esau. So we have sons of the righteous, we have the sons of perdition. All right? The two main characters of this thing called life, man. All right, going back into Genesis the 25th chapter. All right, when these two children was going to war, born in the mother's belly. Then you have the rest of the people, which are the other nation. They're the cameo, man. They're the people that's in the scene. All the action, the people blowing up, and they're the people in the back running and hollering, a part of the movement, man. Right? But the main two characters is Esau and Jacob, man. Right? We as a people was created to be righteous, man. Right? And the so-called white race was created to be wicked, man. That's why the brother had told you. When that brother had read out about the fugitive part, read that again if you got it.
I got it. I got the word fugitive too.
Hey, get it where it said Esau and Jacob shall be fighting in the war.
I got it.
25.
I reread
25
it.
round about 11, 10, 9.
I'll reread the verse. Isaiah 27 verse 1. In that day, Yahweh with his sore and great and strong sword shall punish Leviathan, the piercing serpent, even Leviathan, that crooked serpent, and he shall slay the dragon that is in the sea.
Yeah. So,
And that word piercing is H1281.
That's why he said in Revelation, man, that old serpent is called what's called what?
Devil and Satan.
Devil and Satan, man. This man was the same man back in the book of Genesis, man. You people go to the church and talk about it was a talking snake and an apple. No, that's not even in the scriptures, man.
That's a serpent.
That's not even in the scripture. Then on top of that, in the book of Genesis, it wasn't just two people. It was more than one people, man.
Nations of
The
people.
nation that the Most High was dealing with was the Anamites before it was called Israel, man. That was our people, man. Go ahead.
But that word piercing is H1281. Bariah.
Hurry up.
Fleeing, fugitive, a fugitive, i.e. a serpent as fleeing.
Yeah, man. That's Esau, man. In a certain sense, man.
Which one? The
Like
Isaiah
I always
27,
said, it always says
27
in the
and 1.
literally or figurative. Yeah. That's Esau, man.
Yeah, that's
Yo,
Esau.
Oh, yeah, he got
excuse me,
some names.
very interesting, very interesting. That alien, like, y'all work Messianic,
For the real Jews. For the real Jews.
I know the black
Well, we the Jews that was spoken of in the scriptures, that was spoken of in Deuteronomy 28 chapter, that was going to come to a new Egypt. But that new Egypt is America. We the real Jews. Those Jews over there are called Jewish. ISH means something pertaining to. They got the real thing. The real Jews are the so-called black, and the real so-called black get America, right? That was taken over here on Muslim slave ship. Why is this? Had they inherited the scripture, had the Bible scripture, right? Because going back, do you know about the 1948 Balfour Declaration? Do you know about the 1948 Balfour Declaration? Yeah, Declaration. Well, in 1948, so-called people in Israel, which was named the Canaan, they converted themselves into Jews. Give me Isaiah 46 about, I think it's about 3.
I understand that happened. Recently I've read this. The real side is immigrated into that.
You're talking about the Colossians.
That's not the real Jew. Do you know what the word philosophy means? Do you know the real word? Do you know what the understanding of philosophy means? Yeah. The word philosophy goes back to faith. You can look that up. The word philosophy goes back into the word, it derives from the word faith. Not real faith. Yeah. Hey, look it up for him. Hey, somebody get it for him.
Y'all read the book of
Book of who?
Enoch.
Hey, I didn't, it's trash. It's trash. It's not that real book. They go together. They go together. Even in apocrypha. You know the word? No, these are the books. This is a book from 1846. There's a group called the Bible Description Group. That's the original part of the Bible. And I think we leave in 1826. We got 1862. They came back and took it out of the Bible. That's the part of the Bible, because the word apocrypha means the way it is. They took it out of the Bible, man. And when you get a 1611 Bible, hey, look, check it out. This is the original Bible. Everything in that Bible. You like the original Bible dating back to King James, 1611 edition. Now, when you go up in there, hear about this?
Yes.
That's an edition of Ecclesiastes in the Bible.
The rest of the message.
Why you need to get that? You know, that's
If I get on the line,
$11 on Amazon. One notice that. You'll pull up the red book. You there? Oh, you can go to Bible Hub. King James Bible Online.
Hey, the King James Version of Apocrypha. Hey, listen, King James Version of Apocrypha.
That's how you learn.
That's how you learn.
Yeah, but he ain't give us some.
Got in the spirit. You just beat him to everything. I just beat him to everything, like, yeah, he was in the spirit movement. He had certain questions he was trying to ask.
that piercing serpent, that fleeing, that fusion.
That's how the Lord works, that crooked serpent, man.
The sad part is, you know, the nations come up better than our people.
Yeah, our people wouldn't come
You
and
heard
consider.
it.
Yeah, they wouldn't do it.
He said, I gotta go look this up.
Go look it up.
When have we ever heard Jake say that, man? Jake come up here and make an argument about something they don't know. What you about to say?
I was gonna say, it was a couple of jakes that came up here, but I could tell as soon as they heard something they didn't like or they didn't know, they left, man. At least Esau inquired about what was going on.
Yeah, man, you gotta leave them Moabites alone, man.
That's why we not out here for numbers. The Lord ain't never deal with numbers. Because if you get numbers, then the Lord ain't gonna get the credit.
Yeah.
They're gonna say, oh, them dudes did that.
Yeah.
All right, the Lord want the credit. He don't deal with, he deal with few.
Yeah.
All right? It tell you that in second Maccabees 3:21, the Lord don't deal with a host in battle, man. All right?
No, I'm about to say,
Right,
I'm gonna say, you damn letting them there, leave them goddamn Moabites alone. I'll go back to glory. Hell wrong with you, man.
That goes into the glory of the Lord. Listen, the Lord about to be renowned again on the earth. All right? It tell you in Isaiah 17:7 that everybody about to look back into their, have respect into their maker again. The Lord about to make the earth respectable. Because remember, right now, the Lord is getting disrespected on a high scale. And guess what? He's not saying anything. Notice that.
How are you gonna get respect back in the earth?
Yeah.
Who made the events?
By the judgment he executes.
Like in Egypt, but this gonna be the new Egypt.
I got
Give
that.
me Psalms 9:16. Hey, the Lord gonna get his respect by the judgment he executes.
This is how you get respect back in the earth, man. When heads start rolling,
Yeah.
when niggas start getting put to death,
Yeah.
by the millions and thousands, when people start dropping dead, then they gonna get respect back in the earth. I'm gonna say something, man. I'm gonna say this. People don't respect that until you start cracking heads and bloodshed, man.
Right.
All right? That's how the Lord gonna get respect.
Now, you know what? People don't respect niggas till their kids get took.
Wait, what you saying? That's a point. But the point of what we making is overall, when people heads rolling, people gonna get respect.
In the spiritual warfare,
Yeah.
when your kid, I ain't talking about adult,
Yeah.
I'm talking about kid,
Yeah.
kidnapped,
Yeah.
you got common legal.
But that's feelings like.
That too, man.
That too.
No.
But that's going to feelings. Because if any one of my young ones get kidnapped, I'm feelings. You see?
Yeah.
But you're just looking at it like it's kids, like, oh, we love the kids more than anybody else.
Hey, they gonna get tricked too, man.
They gonna get tricked too, though.
Grown man, you get a common legal on,
Okay.
a real common legal on.
Yeah. Okay.
Grown man, some drugs for a man. And at nighttime, at daytime, he look like a big dog. At nighttime, he sit next to a white man that's country with a common leaf on, chained to a pole.
Right. What point you trying to make, though? What's your overall point you trying to make?
Promote drugs and God.
Okay. So what you do? You put your trust in God over man? Well, what's God's name? Well, what's his name? No, give me Proverbs 30 and 4.
Ain't King Selassie.
If you ain't no King Selassie. It's third and fourth. You don't believe in the Bible, right?
Lord got one name.
You don't believe, I know you don't believe in the Bible. So really, but we still gonna read it. Really, all right, cool. That's cool.
This is Proverbs 30, verse 4. Who hath ascended up into heaven, or descended? Come on. Who hath gathered the wind in his fist?
Right.
And who hath bound the waters in a garment? Who hath established all the ends of the earth? What is his name?
And what?
And what is his son's name?
And what?
If thou canst tell.
Well, wait a minute. Jesus Christ and God all over the place. Why are you gonna ask the scripture, what is my name and what is my son's name, if thou can tell? It ain't Jehovah. You're right about that. It ain't Jesus either. Everybody would have a name though.
I'm gonna say this.
How do you know his name is never been there?
Hey, I'm gonna say this.
You gotta throw this
Hey,
in.
I'm gonna say this.
Yeah, bro, you gotta
Hey man, hey, my man, they got undercovers out here and all that shit. Don't put no heat on us, man. Hey, they got undercover police out here. Don't get no heat on us, man. What's the nigga name is? Yeah, Sean Paul. Hey, nigga, Sean Paul smoking that shit on him, man.
Well, look, we're gonna get back to you because the Lord got a name. Hey, what's your nationality?
Wrong nigga, man.
He's full of it. What's your nationality? If you know, what's your father? More than one. All right, what's your father's nationality? Well, pick one, brother. Please, pick one. Hey, listen, I don't know how to even distinguish between that.
Hey, he Levi. They can tell you, Levi.
Levi,
He looking Levi, brother.
Hey,
Sum it up, a nigga. Not no disrespect to you. But yeah, you're not a nigga, I'm not a robot. I'm thinking, you probably Levi. Cause listen, Levi was so fucking left on me. You Levi. Yeah. You clearly
Levi.
Haitian is the
You know the word Haiti means? The word Haiti means the people of hell.
people of hell.
The reason why the so-called white man gave y'all that terminology, the people of hell, because when they took y'all to the shores of Haiti, y'all butchered their ass. You know how you watch the movie Predator, how the Predator actually takes the people and put them upside down and skin them? Well, y'all was actually doing it to so-called white man. And you took the fucking boat from them and was coming over here to free Judah and Benjamin, y'all. From America, man. That's why even to this very day, the condition that Haiti is in because the white man took the same hate for y'all, man. What that dude name is?
Hey, but you know why y'all couldn't come over here? Look, bro. Yeah. Hold on, look. You know why y'all couldn't come over here and free y'all brothers, Judah? Because it would have upset, it would have upset prophecy, man.
It's three of them. Wait, let me tell you the three.
Well, wait, you don't even know Levi. You don't even know. How you telling us something?
I'm talking about three people that ruined Haiti, so-called Negroes.
No, what scripture that is? If it ain't in the scripture, it ain't real life.
What's in one?
Take a walk up.
Go uptown right now. You know uptown right now?
Uptown is
Listen.
we know what's up there.
Well, Mexicans.
Bro, we know what's up there.
That's our brothers.
That's our brothers.
They keep you, right? When they go to your house, they take your kids, they take your women.
He come back to the kids, bro. They stole all our people. Grandpa, they fucked up all our people. They fucked up our grandpa. All right, tell them what the wolf split them in half, man. All right, you ain't thinking about kids. You emotional, bro.
Put it on Levi.
No, man.
Oh, man. In real life, man.
Come on, Gary Coleman.
No. He said he put the hustle on Levi and split him. Yeah, you're right. On the page. You're right, but I thought he was saying he put it on Levi.
I was thinking that
No,
too.
we understand. Yeah, on Levi's, the horse is two horses going there. We got you on there, right? Making the black man. Yeah, right. Our people, man. All right?
Not the black, the IMAX solar people.
Huh?
What the fuck?
Hey, man, that's a movie
What
theater.
is that, bro?
How many of y'all got melanin?
There you go.
Right?
Bro, you don't even know the Lord's name. Mike. You don't know the Lord's name. You don't know the Lord's name either. I don't know his name, and I just asked you, did you know his name? And you say, I don't know.
He threw that junkie game into the tip.
I'm not trying
So only way for me to know somebody is I gotta say
I'm
him.
not saying you don't know the Lord. I'm saying you don't know his name. Nobody knows his name.
We do know that
Answer
man.
that is, we do know his name.
Hey, I'm gonna ask you something. I'm gonna ask you something. I'm gonna ask you
I
something.
know you don't. Because look at the state you in, the condition you in. You don't, anything you know is all wrong.
Hey, go ahead.
It's everything out your mind. All right, who is Africa? You got to, who is Africa? Who is Africa?
white man, a white
Africana, that's a white man.
Yep.
So you say you came from
America,
that.
a white
American
man.
Rasputin. We know everybody. But why? I'm not going to. No, I'm just fucking with you, bro. We don't know everybody.
Going back.
I'm fucking right.
Ask that question. Ask that question.
You can't keep asking questions. Answer his question. No, brother. I'm serious.
Nah, niggas in the Bible. Hey, get that.
Niger, Black King.
Niger was named by the French. Niger was named by the French. Dumbass nigga. Nigeria was named by French.
That's a black Gary Coleman, man.
He done woke up outside.
The elder in North Carolina. The elder in North Carolina just did the video. The elder in North Carolina just did the video saying don't give a devil your platform. When you up your phone to the devil, get out of here, man. Let me tell you, let me teach you, man. You don't know nothing, man. You don't know nothing. Who is America? Well, who is Africa? Well, it's gonna be question
the silent decapitator.
after question after question. We're not gonna get nowhere. Hey, what your question was, huh? What your question was you had?
Revelation good? Revelation 12.
We have Revelation 12.
Y'all in the spirit.
Y'all got questions, bro? See, y'all been up. I know a lot of answers been going on, but hey, we men, things get like that. There's no home foul play. We just all emotional about what we believe in. That's it.
Passionate, man.
We're passionate, my bad. We're passionate about what we believe in, all right? So if y'all got any questions regarding anything, speak up and we'll answer y'all questions accordingly. You too, bro. I know you've been waiting. You know, patiently right there.
Black
I got
man.
nothing to listen. Right, cool.
Black man is the original man, right?
Black man is a what? A black man. What is a black man? Who is the original man? We originally came from Adam. Give me on second Ezra 6 and 54.
You know what color Adam was? You know, do you know the story? No, man, I'm getting down to the, I understand what you're saying. I'm just trying to walk your mind into thinking. You, hold on. You go into the book of Genesis. What did it say? Adam came from the dust of the what? You know that. Come on, man. It's childhood. You said Adam came from the dust of the ground, right?
What I'm trying to get to is if we were the original man, where these white folks come from?
What you mean? It's about to tell you. Read that. It's about to tell you.
That's the question.
There you go. It's going to answer you according to the Bible. All right? You all right with that answer? All right, go ahead. Huh?
Second Ezra 6, verse 54.
Yep.
After these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures,
Yep.
of him come we
Right,
all.
creature goes into creation, all right? Meaning what's created, okay? Speaking of Adam, of him from the on, go ahead.
And the people also whom thou hast chosen.
Right, go ahead.
All this
Yeah.
have I spoken before thee.
Yeah. Be on point, Be on point.
All this have I spoken before thee, O Lord, because thou madest the world for our sake.
Right, go ahead. So he said, of Adam come we all right? Read that part. That's the part he hit.
After these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures, of him come we all.
So you said where this white man came from, and he is the so-called white man, because he's not white. He's red. All right? He's not red.
He come from us.
So
Going back to
If you're a original man, so where did it come from?
everybody
come from us, man.
read.
You gonna get it.
He got a curse on his leprosy. That was a curse that came from him, right? That was a curse that was put on him. Originally, all people had melanin in their skin. Originally. You see? Go ahead.
Hey, hold on, Dick. hold on deck too, man. Get Isaiah 30, 34, and 6 and 7.
In Genesis 25:21, and Isaac entreated the Lord for his wife because she was barren.
I'm gonna say this too. So we be on a level playing field, understanding. If you don't know something, just say you don't know.
That's why I'm asking
Just say you don't know.
That's why I'm asking.
Go ahead.
And the Lord was entreated of him, and Rebekah, his wife, conceived. And verse 22, and the children struggled together.
Rebecca was an Israelite. She was a black lady. A black lady. We're going to speak in those terminologies right now, right? Go ahead. She was a black lady. Go ahead.
And the children struggled together within her.
Yep.
And she said, if it be so, why am I thus?
Right, so the children struggling together in them. When you go into Genesis, the so-called white man and the so-called black man, they was fighting in her womb. So she was having contractions, and all right, so she prayed to the Lord like, why am I having these issues with these children in my womb? Because back then, you didn't struggle, children didn't struggle in the womb. It was easy to have children and everything like that, all right? You don't really have those issues and problems. Go ahead.
And she went to inquire of the Lord, and the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb.
So 2 nations is in her womb, all right? 2 nations. 2 nations separated at birth, and we're going to read that. Go ahead.
And the 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy
So
bowels.
they're going to be separated at thy bowels. And manna means 2 totally, get the word manna in the overline at the mouth. Manna means completely separate. That's why they look completely separate from us. All right, go ahead.
All right. And the 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels, and the one people.
I'm gonna say this, even in spirit, they're not gonna have the same spirit as us.
I know that.
Just look at it.
I know that.
All right, cool. Go ahead. That's good. We all online then. Go ahead.
And the one people shall be stronger than the other
So
people.
one people is stronger than the other. We talking physically, spiritually, and everything. If you put them in the condition we've been in slavery for over 40 plus years, they wouldn't have made it 4 hours. They wouldn't have made it 4 hours, man. Go ahead.
And the elder shall serve the younger.
And the elder shall serve the younger.
I'm
Now,
telling you, whoever comes out first,
he came out
gonna
first.
serve the second child, man. Let them come out.
The so-called white man came out first. But this prophecy that was being told to her from the angel, the one that came out first gotta serve the younger. So Jacob, which makes up the tribe, the 12 tribes of Israel, all right? That's so-called black man. So you understand? All right? He came out last. All right? So him who came out first gotta serve the one that come out last.
In the future.
In the future. Matter of fact, you got Hebrew, 2 Ezra 6, and go down and say, why, if the Lord was power's sake, why do these heathens rule over us? Go ahead. Because they're ruling over us right now. All right?
And when her days could be delivered, were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb.
There was twins in her womb.
2 babies, man.
And there was fraternity. They wasn't identical. They was clearly fraternal. They 2 different manner of people, man. You got the word manner? Go ahead.
And the first came out red.
And the first came out red.
Now, hold on, I want you to pay attention.
You say white.
Because it's gonna do something. The scripture's gonna perfectly do something on purpose. Go ahead. The first came out red.
All over like and very garment.
So we in the South. What's the nickname they give the so-called white people?
Rednecks.
You slap the shit out of one of them, they're gonna turn red. They get embarrassed, they're gonna turn red. They're red. It's nobody white, man. Anybody that this color, go get him some help.
Yeah, get him some help. He about to
Get him
die.
downtown to the hospital.
Oh,
Get him black.
Somebody this color, get him some help, bro. He about to die, bro. Nobody ain't black, man. That's the terminology they use.
That's a degrading, man. Because the word black, when they call you black, they calling you negative. Dead, bored.
Dead, dog.
Yeah, when they call you African American, that's a Israel call you stuff anyway. Matter of fact, hold on. Matter of fact, by tribe.
Come on with. Bring it out, huh? Bring it out. I'm feeling it.
I'm a Benjamin. These are the bad words so-called white man gave our ancestors through slavery, man. Which we are still calling ourselves at today, African American. How can you be from Africa and America, man?
Two different continents.
Makes sense.
Two different continents.
And those two people is white men. When you look them
Bring
up,
it out, all right?
yeah, Leo Scissio Africanus is Africa, all right? And America is America. Go look it up. Don't believe us. Go look it. So if you know that, how can you say you're African?
You know where we from? Hold on, I'm gonna bust this down. You know where we from? As a people, we from Israel. The places the world is waiting for over there in the Middle East. That's where we from.
All I want to know is where
That's
I'm
right.
from.
Hey,
We
guess
ain't
what?
done yet.
Look
We
at
ain't
this.
done yet.
Hey,
You
check
ask
it
my
out,
question.
check it out.
Ask my question.
I need something even better. I'm really tap into this, see if you really down with it. Do you know so-called white man going to slavery into us in the future?
That's right.
Come on.
Do you believe that? Do you understand that?
13.
We're gonna put them in slavery, man. Matter of fact, turn the sign around. Turn around. Turn the sign around. The Lord said we're gonna have the whole nation.
We gonna get them back, everybody.
Because there's 18 nations on the planet Earth. Do you know the rest of the 17? We're gonna put them in slavery for what they've done to us, man.
Get it.
They're gonna serve us. They're gonna serve us for 1,000 years, man.
He got it.
And after 1,000 years, guess what? The most high, not me. One you hear me call God said we're gonna eradicate the so-called white man.
Burn them and kill them. And that's
To
an
get rid of
God. We gonna prove that too.
After servitude under every so-called black, so-called man, woman, and child. Because our women gonna have slaves in the kingdom of heaven, man. Our children gonna have slaves.
Come on now.
And we're gonna get rid of these goddamn devils. So
That's right.
The white man is a fucking cancer on the earth,
Right,
man.
all right. Hey, didn't they have our children in slavery? Don't they
Bring
have
it out,
our children in slavery now? They got our grandma in slavery, grandpa, uncle, dad, everybody. So we enslaving everything. Everything.
They gotta pay for
In
that,
that
man.
order. They gotta pay for that, man.
And you a fairly older guy, man. You seen these devils in their prime, man. Growing up as a young boy in the south or whatever you come from, man. You seen these devils. You gotta pay for this, man. Hey, give me Psalm 79, man. This is actually in the Bible. The slave ship are actually in the Bible, man. They gotta pay for that, man. Calling us a black man, calling us a nigga, a spit. But guess what? Niggas is in the Bible.
Yeah.
Give me, hold on, Acts 13:1.
Bring that out,
Give me the one that acts also to show who the real Christians are, man.
Acts 11 and 28. Acts 11 and 26. Which one you want first?
Give me that song, man.
Man, we holding everything, man.
This Psalm 79 and 1. It says, oh God, the heathen.
And real quick, this is not a black thing either, because them Native Americans, some so-called Mexicans that get your shit on, they our brothers, man. It just on this side they made it to where it's divided and coming. We think we different. That's our brothers because when you go back home, who live in your neighborhood? Blacks and Hispanics and Native Americans, man.
That's because they're our brothers.
Hey, go ahead, man.
This
We ain't
all
African, man.
I mean, on the other side, that's all our families, man. All the so-called Hispanic people, that's our brothers. That's why they oppressed together. Judah and Israel was oppressed together.
Go ahead, read that real quick.
They was oppressed together.
It's in the Bible. Watch this.
This Psalm 79 and 1. It says, oh God, the heathen are coming to thine inheritance.
Right. The inheritance is the nation of Israel. Go ahead.
It says, thy holy temples have thy defiled.
Yeah.
They have laid Jerusalem on heaps.
Yeah.
The dead bodies of thy servants
Look.
have they given to the meat unto the fowls of the heaven.
Hold on. Where is that? They get even right here. Even the Native Americans, they used to cut up the Native Americans up and use them as dog food, man.
Yep.
Over here.
Skinning
You know?
our people
Skinning,
alive.
yeah. Go ahead, read it.
It says the flesh of thy saints unto the beasts of the earth.
Indeed.
Piece of the earth.
Alligators represent the beasts of the earth, man. They gave out babies to alligators, man. All in the Floridas, man.
So when you wear them alligator snake belts and shoes, you wearing your children, your ancestors. Man. I mean your you know, our ancestors. You got your ancestors on.
Yeah, man.
That's how they caught the alligators by giving them our babies.
Put them on
They'll
put them on the
babies right there. And the alligator
Did
put
all-
on them, and they'll get the alligator.
All throughout the Florida. Because remember, I'm gonna say this. You know, Louisiana used to be Florida, right? When you look at, go look at, hey, give me a picture. Yeah, that was it. Give me a
Why
picture
you got
of
the Florida Gator bait. Gator bait. See how the Jake, you know, Jake got the snake
part of Louisiana right here. That line. Look at that line right there. That's Florida. Crazy. Yeah. But even right here, I got it. Louisiana used to be a part of Florida used to be a part of Louisiana. Look at that line of Florida. Look at the line of Louisiana. Even when you stay in St. Tammany Parish, they call it the Florida Parish, man. It should be Florida. Yeah, Louisiana back in the day used to be Florida, man. And even butcher all kids and shit over there. We got so many stories about how the slaves were butchered. This is not even funny, man.
Why you and all that?
Yeah. Even the street, a lot of people go up and down Shiffman Tour Highway. They don't know that the word Shiffman Tour means lion chief. The reason why the chiefs was lying because the white man tried to use them to find out where the so-called Negroes were hiding at, you know? And then the Native Americans personally lied to them, man.
It shows that in that one called hospital, they were bringing certain Native Americans to certain areas trying to find out where the other people are.
Yeah, but I'm gonna say this: as a so-called Negro, but you really are Israelite, man. You yourself is an Israelite, and we're not from Africa. We just stood in Africa for a period of time. All right, we stood in Africa from 1,000 to 1,500 years, but our original home, the mother of us all, is Israel. And I can back it up. I can back it up through history too, man. We're from Israel. We're not from Africa.
This good information. I just want to know where you white folks came from.
That's all you want to know, bro?
No, I said, hold on, man.
Hey,
That's all you want to know, because you're trying to leave. You're trying to go. You don't want to know about where I'm You run about the white man.
Don't worry about white man.
White man, about white.
Hey, I'm gonna say this too.
Bullshit out.
So-called white man, you read the scriptures, right? So-called white man said, "This is good for the sea." Lord, the Lord put a good guy on earth and put a bad guy on earth. They come from Satan. Ain't nothing right about a so-called. Only good white man is a dead white man.
That's right.
Period. It's only the way you making good, a dead white man. Other than that, like I ask everybody out here, if you think it's so, now I'm not saying you, but people come out here cooning and chuckling jobs for the white man. Well, tell me one thing that you're doing good, man, on earth, man. I'm telling you, niggas be up here.
When you say white man, you mean like, do you mean like
Not everybody. That's a physical question. That's like a gym dog. Like that.
But then, like, you mean like everybody that white skin, you mean like every person that come from a devil.
The tribe from East or Edom. Because some of our people are white. They got black people that are white.
Like the Sicilians.
You see what I'm saying?
Sicilians, people from Italy, the Irish, people from Wales. They're really so-called Negroes. Scots.
That's a good question.
You know, the British. Look at the British with black people.
That's how we judge it.
How you judge it? Hey, that's a good point, brother. Because on this side, the Lord said there's a confusion of faith. I mean, we're not going to know what every Israelite is. Because the Lord said that one of the things that He done to our people was spread them the four corners of the earth. So you're going to have Israelites. You're going to have Israelites from India. You're going to have Israelites from Japan. You're going to have Israelites all over the world. So one way that you can tell if there's an Israelite or not is the spirit, man.
We judge the spirit by the spirit. That's how we do it. And to the angels, because the angels go correct it. Matthew 13, the angels, when they come down, they go, they find everybody. That's why the Lord said, I will gather them up, then separate them.
That's why you keep saying you really want to get down on the white man because we don't know who's wrong. Appearance-wise, we don't know. So you got to tap into the spirit to find out who they is and not, you know. And one way you do, you need to agree with the Bible. You need to agree with the understanding of what's going to happen. All right, that's how you get the spirit by the spirit, man. So on this side, as a fleshly man, we don't know.
Right now, we got pale skin white people with blue eyes and blonde, nasty hair who are actually Negroes. Right?
That's right. That's right.
Check this out.
But it's by the spirit, not by the color, by the
Check this
spirit.
out. Check this out, though. You got dark-skinned white people.
You got dogs
I
like
believe
that.
that.
White people.
I believe that.
What is this about?
No, even nothing. There's an Edomite. She's a white person. Her dad is a white man. She ain't to never mind. They're white people.
Because you know what it's about? You know what it's about, right?
Yeah, they evil. They evil. Listen, it's not one that's good. It's not one.
Hey, you know why? You know why is that? Because on this side, based on the
If
sea.
you said you go out by spirit, you sound like you going by the color of the
No. Hold on. I'm about to give you understanding on that, man. The reason why this goes on the base of the seed of a man. Like you as a man, you go lay with a white woman. What's the possibility of the baby coming out?
wife from here.
No, I ain't. Just say your wife gone. Just say, he's speaking hypothetically. Just say if you lay with a white woman, what's the possibilities of your baby coming out brown skin, out of a white woman? It's a high possibility, right? That's how. Because you have the white man that slept with our women. Okay? And you got dark skin, you got dark skin white people, you got light skin white
So
people.
you telling me if I speak with a white woman, my baby come out looking white, that means my baby is evil?
No, your baby is you.
Yes, it is.
Your baby is you. Give me numbers 1 and 18. Hold on.
You said something about the spirit.
No, it's about the seed of men. You didn't even listen to me earlier. I said it's also about the seed of men. When you go to the word seed, it means the sperm. So if that man, if a white man lays with another woman, whoever that woman is, it doesn't matter. It's about that man. So if the man, He not understanding. He not understanding. I got a scripture for him. You understand what I'm saying? I got a scripture.
You said you're going by the spirit, man.
I got you.
You have a good spirit.
I got a scripture for you. It's Jeremiah 13 and 23. Can the Ethiopian change his skin or the leopard his spots? Then may ye also do good that are accustomed to doing evil, because those people who the Lord has slated to be white people are evil people. All right? Edomites. So they can't do good. So it don't matter what their skin is, whether they can't change their skin. All right? So even if you change their skin, they still can't. That don't choose if they're good or evil.
He don't understand that.
You don't understand it. Listen, the lineage of Esau, heritage. They hold line.
He's trying to say this, right?
Yes, Edom, the white. She might be a She a white lady. So you know, hey, you're a white lady. She might be an Israelite. Yeah, it doesn't matter. She's white. Israelite. You can go around our family members. My bad, you go around our family members. How they know? Oh, they live in Beverly Hills? Don't worry, don't be me. I'm just served. My wife, my right, listen. We're not judging our skin color because they're Gentiles. We were Gentiles, meaning we dealt with the other nations. We deal with the spirit. Listen, we deal with the spirit right now. You don't understand.
You ain't understand the spirit is.
Yeah, you don't understand what the spirit is.
Okay, make my understand.
We go by the spirit. Go ahead.
This Romans 8:16.
Listen to this.
It said the spirit itself bears witness with our spirit that we are the children of God.
So that's how you find out the children of God, through the spirit. All right? Because one thing the spirit of our people going to be doing, they're going to be doing the laws without even knowing it. Matter of fact, you eat the fat off the meat you eat. You eat the fat. Why you do that? Why you spit the fat out?
I don't.
Oh, you don't? All right, you don't
eat
spit
meat?
You eat the fat off the meat. Hey, do you eat the fat off your meat when you eat meat and steak? You spit. Why you throw the fat away? You don't eat that, but you don't have a real reason. You like,
I really don't.
but what I'm saying is, it's programmed in you automatically to do the laws of the Lord without even knowing it. without even, conforming to them or even having a mindset of them. Our people got a unique spirit. We're the salt of the earth. All right? Our people can sing, dance. You got to put all these spirits into measurement and measure those spirits. Go ahead,
This is Psalms 14:2. The Lord looketh down from heaven unto the children of men, all right, to see if there were any that did understand and seek. That go seek God. Seek. And he said, they are all gone aside. They are all together become filthy. There is none that doeth good, no, not one. And the children of men is the so-called white men. They're not going to be doing what we're doing, man.
They won't do good, not one.
I don't give a damn what color complexion they is. All right? That's why you don't understand the spirit. We touch the spirit.
Okay, I'm talking to you so I can get an understanding of it. That's why I asked the question. I'm trying to understand it. Don't get upset about it. I'm trying
I'm just speaking
to understand it.
talking like this, all right? Go ahead, you see?
But we explained it to you. But you got it mixed up. Because you start saying, wait, the skin is not a spirit. You're not. I think you just.
How you know the man's spirit?
What you mean? You judge him by the will of the Lord. By the commandments and certain things. There you go. Because they got our people. That's not right. You got black people that's of the Lord, the chosen people. That's not right. You see? But so our measure stick is the Bible. Once you go off the Bible and see that they stand by the Bible, then you know.
You don't know the man's spirit is good or not, right?
Yeah, you got. Of course we can know. We judge it.
How you know if I'm a killer?
You know. I don't. How you know I ain't a killer?
I don't.
I know. So now then what you judging on now? Because we judging the spirit of the what? The scriptures. You see? Now let me ask you this.
And discernment.
And discernment. So do you believe in homosexuality? All right.
I just like to meet bloody red or cooked all the way.
All right, gotta be first. So you start using these characteristics. All right, you start using those characteristics and says this man could potentially be a man of the law. Or Israelite. There you go. The men of the law are Israelites, right? Yeah, Israelites. There you go.
Are you saying, bitch? No, I like how you more done too. I'm saying, like, are you saying that?
Not just that. Right. Not just that. You can't be simple when it comes down. We're talking a spiritual man judge all things spiritual. So through the spirit, there's a way to conduct yourself. There's a spiritual and a true thing, a behavior. That's why you can separate the men that serve the Lord from men that don't. You see? That's how you can tell. You go to church, my man? You believe that what the Lord's name is? Jesus. See?
Sure.
That's why I'm asking the question.
That's right. But you
Don't get upset because I don't know.
no, you put your loaded questions to it.
That's why I'm asking the question.
But you asking questions to refute it, to say like, nah, you don't know. You see? To refute as if you don't know. You see what I'm saying? So once we tell you to you scripturally, it's on you if you take it or not. Because this I would do it and just tell you. You see? So now you can believe it or not. That ain't our job to make you believe something. Our job is to tell you. You feel that? Right. So your opinion, right? Which opinions don't matter. Get that in opinion, bro. In the scripture. Our opinions don't matter. It thus says the Lord. Is you doing what the Lord command you to do?
All the time.
Are you?
Yeah.
You keeping the Sabbath day?
I'm walking down the street right here.
Hey.
You know what I did? You said, "Stop right there, see what's going on right
That's
here."
cool.
That wasn't no coincidence.
Do you keep the Sabbath day? You keep the Sabbath day? All right, these are required from the Lord.
Hey, even in the matter, or even on the lower matter, do you try to keep the laws, statutes, and commandments to the best of your ability?
Can I say this? You gotta start somewhere. Start from right here. I'm not with y'all that. Y'all right there.
With that being said, we're trying to give you to understand that you coming to understand the true power, right? What's the Lord's name ain't God. God just means power. The Lord himself, when he even calls God, his name is Yahweh. Yahweh. Yeah, Yahweh. He is. He's omnipotent.
Since he is, he's the leader.
So, again, another question. So where's the order at? What's the name of the order? That area right there.
The letter J and the letter V. The letter J was added like 400 years ago. The letter V goes back to Yiddish. Right? There's no V in the actual Hebrew. So Jehovah is a transliteration of Yahweh. They took the actual name and added gibberish to it.
Yeah. Even Jesus. The word
I'm learning,
Jesus.
bro. I'm learning.
The word Jesus is nothing more than a title. Jesus just means Savior. Is the Lord a Savior? Yes, he is. But the letter J is still being nothing more than what 400 years old.
Y'all see it?
No.
Nobody
Hey, because even in the church, hold on. Even in the church, a lot of people like to blurt out, "Oh, I'm saved." What are you saved from? What are you saved from? Ain't nothing happened yet. The day of the Lord hasn't come yet. What you saved from? Because being saved is based on the measure of the day of the Lord.
We are working to be saved. We're laboring to be saved. You gotta work. You can't hope. You can't just say you're saved.
So you're not going to ever get to the point where you say
We don't know. It's based on hope.
It's based on hope.
We are faith-based Israelites, man.
Hey, hope is the substance of things hoped for but not seen. You see? So we're hoping with in faith. We're hoping to think that we're saved through our works. So it's works you gotta do to be saved. You can't just say I'm saved in the name of the Lord Jesus Christ.
You seem like a short man. You can see on the news what's going on on the planet Earth. What's going on here in America. You can tell it's the end. So that day is coming. Everybody hollering about they saved now with big caps and wigs on.
You don't know.
Yeah, everybody hollering about how they saved with big caps and wigs and three-piece suits on. We gonna see.
Yeah, you don't know.
Yeah, bring it on, huh?
It's the book of Matthew, chapter 24, verse 13. But he that shall endure until the end.
He that endure. The end ain't come yet. You gotta endure all the way to the end. Which is the end? The end is the day of the Lord, Jacob's trouble. All right? When I'm talking about when it's all hell breaking loose out here. It's riots, it's martial law,
like that.
shipping. Yeah. And guess what? Even when the Lord comes back himself, the Lord comes back too. You know? Even when the missiles, because we read the scriptures and understand you'll find the Lord can destroy America, man. America is known as Babylon the Great. He can destroy America with nuclear missiles. Right? So that's why I say a lot of people in the church talking about their saved. Ain't they come yet? Go ahead, huh? Finish it up.
But he that shall endure to the end, the same shall be saved.
Then you're gonna be saved. And guess what? The Lord said, you don't even choose that. The Lord choose. I got that one. Even put the angels on. You're gonna be back here, but as the Lord grants you to be saved, man. We don't even know, man. Even us doing the work of the body of the Lord, we still don't know if we're gonna be saved or not, man. It's just we're doing what the Lord told us to do, man. As a man, we keep the doctrine of the Lord. We don't eat pork, we don't eat shrimp, we don't eat crab. We keep the
Can't eat shrimp either.
That's how you do it. See?
Why you can't eat no shrimp, man?
Because it's shrimp. Hey,
It's a Levitical law.
Y'all eat all the other stuff.
We have a dietary law that we supposed to not eat by what we supposed to eat and not eat in Leviticus. You see? We eat catfish too.
I know that no chicken is that. But you know what?
That nigga just finished.
Hey,
see how we judging? We judging the spirit by the spirit. See, this is how we judge your spirit. If you may be an Israelite or not, it's easy. You
put
see?
it on. He coming right here. Put it on.
It's easy.
Here we go.
Then listen, what we do, we rehearse the righteous acts. Get that? We're rehearsing the laws over here because we're not going to be able to keep them perfect. Remember, we're in captivity. All right? So you render the Caesar with Caesar. But if they ask you to be a homosexual, you're going to be a homosexual. There you go. There you go. Now you're starting to understand how you prove through everything. All
I
right?
say this too though. We don't, I ain't gonna never tell a man to give up his job, but if you do, you working, you might not have a family and home and kids. You working till you find another job that allows you to have a kid, man. Or it's not a book. Because the scripture says we rehearse
What I'm
about
saying
that.
is, what happens when the Lord comes back on that day? You're still doing the job that required you to do.
None of us gonna have no job.
You get bullshit, I know. How does that work?
I mean, by that time, ain't nobody gonna have a job.
Right. It ain't about to be much no more work. That's the walk coming work about to be.
You can't.
I'm going to have a question off this.
You can't be. Don't try to be like Caesar.
Basically, what he's saying is like you got a loaded question, or you want the answer to be how you want the answer to be. No, we asking you to
Nobody knows the end. But the thing is, give me answer none. Look at answer none.
he being kind of
I'm right here. I'm trying to get to where you're at. The only way I'm going to get there is to ask a question.
right.
You got to where you at to ask a question.
Right.
All right?
This is 2nd Ezra 9,
We
verse
can
7.
No, 9 verse 1.
9 verse 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently
It says,
in
measure
itself.
thou the time diligently yourself. This is how you can tell, even though, because I'm going to say this, even when you're reading the call of Jesus Christ, you don't know the time. Or when the Lord's going to send him back to do his work. We don't know. So hold on. We got clues though, man. Give me Matthew 24. All right, now go ahead, read it again. Read it again.
2nd Ezra 9 verse 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself.
Go ahead.
And when thou seest part of the signs past,
Of the signs, man, go ahead.
which I have told thee before,
Go ahead.
then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time when in the highest begin to visit the world which he made.
Hey, go ahead.
Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes,
When it shall be seen what?
earthquakes, and uproars of the people in the world.
It's not upwards of the people in the world. This is the end, man. We don't know the sign. We don't know the date. We don't know this. Hold on. We don't know. Hold on. We don't know that it's January the 1st, 2021. We don't know that. But we know it. When we do know,
I know we're in that time.
it's through the signs of the earth, man. Through events that's happening on the earth. That's how we know that it's close to the end. The Lord-
You know it's close to the end. So what difference it make if you say if it's fake? I mean, the beard or whatever.
That's a horrible question.
He
If you don't understand something,
Demonic question.
Listen,
you
he
big,
ain't never
man.
said he can't shave his face. According to the laws, the Lord requires that you don't shave your face. Now, if this is the way he supported his family, all right? Then we told him that, look, deal with that job and try to find another job where you can keep your hair on your face. Come on, man, you playing games, man. You playing games, man.
I think you just want to justify even
Man,
that
you
trip
want
and
to, yeah,
catfish.
you just trying to justify yourself. Oh, you want to justify shaving your face or your head, man.
No.
You do it to the best of your ability. Yeah, but look, you gotta do these things to the best of your ability. All right? But, huh?
I got one.
Bring it out.
It's the book of Deuteronomy chapter 10, verse 12. And now, Israel, what doth Yahweh thy power require of thee? But to fear the Lord, to walk in all his ways, and to love him, and to serve the Lord with all thy heart and with all thy soul, to keep the commandments of the Lord.
So keep the commandments. But we know we're not gonna be able to keep the commandments totally. But do we make void the law because we can't keep them totally? No, God forbid. Like, look, still do everything you can do. All right? You gotta do whatever you can do. You don't get a pass of the law. All right? You don't get a pass because you work here. The Lord like, look, all right? Try to find you another job, man. But if you can't find another job and that's where you work at, then shave your face. All right? But you can't do that willingly. You want want to do it willingly.
Calm down. I'm trying to get
Check it out. Check it out.
Let me tell you something. You got a whole lot.
You got hair on his face.
Somebody
help him out. This got hair on his face.
We roaring like lions.
Let me tell you something.
We roaring like lions out there.
A whole lot. This is no time, man.
Revelation 16:50.
I'll talk to you a whole lot. This is no
It's
time.
in red letter, man. Behold, I come as a thief. Blessed. All right. Blessed is he that watches and keep his garments.
Keep his garments.
The garments going into the basically the law, statutes, and commandments, man. Keeping them to your business. I want you to be found right when I come back doing the things that I asked you to do, man. That's why. Least ye walk naked, all right, and they see his shame, man. The Lord gonna deal with you, man. You want to be willingly ignorant and not keep the law to the best of your ability when you come back, you won't die. Give me Isaiah 15, man.
To your garment. When he said keep your garments, that means goes into your the fringes, which represent the law, statutes, and commandments. All right. Which is the cover. That's what covers us. All right. Yeah. It covers us. This was gonna save you. This was gonna save you through our works.
And I'm gonna say this, and the want to do it,
And the want to do it. Not to look for why I cannot do it. Oh, I work real real, so I'm saying, no, you gotta want to do it. You gotta want to serve the Lord.
Wait.
This is revelation.
Revelation 15 and 4.
How long you been going to church? Since 99. 99 for about 20 years.
You're my man.
Look.
I'm mad about the whole opinion in the We just dialoguing.
I was born since 99, but honestly, they said I was about 6 months ago. I didn't feel comfortable. Under the bridge? When you see the people laying it out on the ground, I kept saying to myself, what's the first thing you going to the building every Sunday dressed up, look good, jumping up and down, when I walk out the building, they didn't learn anything. But when I go out there to them, why they don't get them talking to them like that? Did the Lord tell you to go under the bridge? That's all the reason I ain't gonna go under the bridge. But the Lord said don't shave your beard. You're going to another one then.
Hey, you should go to another world then.
God speak to you?
Huh?
How do you know? Hold up. How do you know that's God speaking to
The
you?
Lord sent us.
How do you know that's God speaking to you?
How you know that's God? How you know that ain't
He didn't even tell you his name.
He didn't tell you his name. Because I asked God something, you talk about you being the same.
The Lord don't deal with you like that.
How you deal with it?
Hey, man.
How you deal with it?
Negro folktale.
How you deal with it?
The Lord deals with you with spiritual and holy men.
So he will never say that to you?
No. He's not going to even open the sky and say, well,
I hope he don't.
the Lord don't deal with you like that.
Wait a minute, hold up. So God never said not one word to y'all. No, nobody out here.
No, the Lord ain't never said nothing to us.
Nobody out here.
And we read the Bible. Look, let me read this.
Hey, that's what I'm telling you.
Hey, all right. Cool,
I'm
let me do this for you.
being honest with you. I'm telling you. You tell me I understand. That's why I'm asking you a question. That's what the part you don't understand. I'm asking you a question, but I don't understand.
How you learn? How you learn?
This is Ecclesiastes 5:1. It says, keep thy foot when thou goest into the house of God.
The house of God.
And be more ready to hear than to give the sacrifice of food.
That's what you're doing.
For they,
What you is with sacrifice for a purpose.
Everything that he's supposedly has said to me has turned out great. Everything that I tried to do last week is, I don't feel the word
God don't
messed
deal
up.
with you like that.
it says, but they consider not that they do evil. So you ain't consider that you're doing evil because you're not learning. If you came here to learn, all right, when we give you the answers, you don't felt well with the answer. You don't take to the answer like, I already know. I'm learning.
Would you ever consider?
This is what I'm saying too. You're being combative over something you don't even know.
I'm asking you. You ever thought about?
You battling.
Everybody
What you don't
understand
know.
that?
You're not asking.
You can't get upset with people.
No, you're battling with simple.
Fuck that being
You're being stubborn. You don't want to accept the fact of something. That's what I'm
Because it
saying.
ain't suitable for you. But I'm going to read this to
Hey,
you.
we've been doing this. Hey, man, I'm going to say this too. You understand too, man, as a man, I'm going to tell you how the Lord deal with you. The Lord deal with you with spiritual men. And I'm going to say this too. Not just you, but men that came out here before have got this problem. That the Lord is dealing with younger men. He's dealing with older men too. But you got to be first. And the Lord said, come as a little child, man. All the things that you learned in the word, you got to get rid of it.
All that was a lie. Everything you learned in life was a lie. Everything. Whatever my mama taught me was a lie. She didn't know the truth. According to the Lord, the word of the Lord, she didn't know the truth. I got something for you. The Lord has set it free.
And the Lord deals with men and teachers, true teachers, because the Lord not dealing with them pastors in the church, man. I'm going to tell you right now. He's not dealing with none of them. Huh?
I thought I just said I wasn't in church.
I know that, bro. I'm solidifying your point. For the camera. The Lord's not dealing with the church in whatsoever manner at all. Okay? The truth is not in the church. The Lord tell you that. You like you made a point. You said I figured that the truth was in the church. Yeah, because the Lord don't deal with concealed buildings. The Lord deal with men. You want to find the men on the highways and byways. Outdoors teaching, man. Go ahead.
That's what I just said.
You put it in the scriptures. You put it in the scriptures.
Real quick, huh? Real quick. Acts, look at Acts 7:48. The Most High dwelleth not in temples made with hands.
Brick and mortar buildings. You don't deal with brick and mortar buildings. Because if you was in a brick and mortar building giving the truth, I'm going to walk past it. I don't know what's going on in there. But if I put my mittens out in the open in the session of the people, where you see them, you can come out here and deal. You can come out here and ask questions. You as a man can't even go to church and answer goddamn questions, man.
They're going to put you out of the church and take you to jail. Wait, he said the Lord, you said, wait. Let me ask you. You right here, buddy. You said the Lord spoke to you, right? This Job 33 and 14. It says, for God speaking once, yea, twice, yet man perceive it not. You said the Lord spoke to you more than once, right? It says God speaking.
You tell me don't go that way.
That ain't, I'm going to read this again for you.
Don't go that way.
I'm going to read this again for you.
Who is that?
It says, for God,
That's my cousin.
God speaking once, yea, twice, yet man perceive it not. You know why? The Lord is not dealing with us like that because he turned his face from us. We discontinue his heritage. All right? So the Lord not dealing with us face to face. He said, I shall see what they end shall be. I will hide my face from them. So the Lord is not talking to you. Let me show you what the Lord is doing this man. It says in the dream, in the vision of the night, when deep sleep falling upon men and the slumbers of the vain, then he opened the ears of men and sent a dash from such. So that's what the Lord is.
What's going to happen the next day?
Why you walking out?
Because you
God ain't talking to nobody.
You understand? A day in itself is a spirit.
They tripped.
So did he program me that day? Stop going to the cover.
The Lord don't release it. He can give you signs. This was a sign. He can't.
He's trying to wake you up.
He's waking you up.
He's trying to deal with you.
The Lord give you signs to lead you to place after he seal your thoughts. Because you could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here right now, right? Because the Lord had you come, he sealed your thoughts. That's what I'm going to say this last week.
I'm going to say this. I'm straight to the point, man. Either you want to come out here and wake up, or you come out here and be woke and you want to destroy you. That's it. That's the point. That's it. Period.
So if you don't come here and learn and get it, because now you ain't going to have no more sacrifice for yourself. No more, because you know now. Nigga, you ain't know all your life, you know now. So the Lord will deal with you now. Now you on the watch. Hey, he on the watch now. And when you go, you better come back. And learn more.
Yeah, hey,
I gotta go home, right?
you got a computer? You got a computer at home? Or phone?
I do it now.
Go on YouTube and put in, it should be easy for you. Go to YouTube, put in the search bar, GMS Louisiana Saints.
Better yet, I'm gonna just show it to him.
Show it to him. Show it to him.
He got a card, bro.
Got a card.
Take the card. But look, I'm gonna tell you this: being emotional, you're not gonna. It's gonna cloud your judgment. It's gonna cloud your judgment and cause you not to. No, I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying. If you're emotional, it's gonna cloud your judgment. All right, you're gonna be more worried about if a man extending his voice, worried about the message we receive. Because the words we telling you coming out of the Bible is words of life. This is the doctrine of life we giving you. Now, how it may come to you, you don't get that luxury. See, in the church, everybody all smooth and out here, where wisdom cried at, you gotta raise your voice up. They got people beat, love, calls, holy beat, dogs bark. All right, cats fight. All right, all this is going on out here. So if I am talking to you loud, it's not offensive. All right, because yet you'll be rude in speech, yet not knowledge. Because nothing we told you was off. You see?
That's on you.
That's on him.
Right here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this though. I'm gonna say this, man.
I appreciate y'all,
I'm gonna say this. You as a person, you can't get it in one day. You can't.
Well, I
You're trying to
understand,
cram everything in, and this is something new. I understand.
It's a process.
And I wanted you. That's what I wanted to say earlier. I want you to understand where you at. So when a person wakes you up, they get people are like, wake up. It's just like, oh shit. And sometimes it's a lot. It's a lot, man. But you gotta trust the process, though.
Fellas, appreciate y'all,
And it's
man.
not
I'm
our
going home.
process. It's the process of the Lord. Because we all came, right. We came in the word of the Lord. But it was one thing you was doing. Because you say you was going under the bridge and teaching. This Romans 10:3. Well, 2. It says, for I bear them record that they have a zeal of the Most High, but not according to knowledge. For they being ignorant of God's righteousness, on what he wants you to do, all right, and going about to establish their own righteousness, have not submitted themselves into the righteousness of the Most High. So you haven't fully submitted yourself for going under the bridge. Because what scripture tell you to go under the bridge? Well, how he told you that? When the Lord is not speaking to nobody. Good luck with that. Because there's no such thing as luck. But
He didn't give you his name, though.
But he didn't give you his name.
You guys understand?
So you got a personal relationship with somebody and you don't know his name.
You getting catch.
That don't even make sense then.
At all.
Everybody who I got a personal, intimate relationship with, I know their name. Their last name, I know where they tattoos at on their body. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I really know them. You know. Anybody got a personal relationship with, though, you gonna know their name. That's the least. Listen, that's the least thing you gonna know.
What make you go on? What make you go?
What you mean? The Lord sealed our instructions. The Lord tell us the way to go and teach it. Once he sealed your instruction with filth, through wisdom, the Lord don't tell me anything.
It's in the Bible.
He seals our instructions on what to do. All right?
You don't have no free will.
You don't have no free will.
You're controlled by the Lord. The Lord allows you to do what he wants you to do.
What scripture is that?
What he said?
He said, I thought God gave us free will.
You don't have free will. Hey, you don't have free will. But what you do have is liberty. You have liberty to do, just like you have a driver's license doesn't mean you can go 200 miles an hour on the freeway. That's a liberty. That's a liberty to have to drive a car. Same thing with the Lord. You have the liberty because going back into the Ecclesiastes, if you had really had free will, if I had free will, I'll live forever. I have the ability to live forever.
That's because you don't have free will.
You don't have free will. You have liberty. In Proverbs 21, it's all good. You good. You got one?
I got it.
We just saying don't be emotional while you're trying to get it.
Before you go, you need to know this. This is how the Lord speaks. This is Hosea 12, verse 10. I have also spoken by the prophets and have multiplied visions and used similitudes by the ministry of the prophets. That's how the Lord speaks to his people. So-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. We're in this condition because our people don't hearken unto the prophets.
What happened back then when our Lord, when our people felt like people were the Lord talking to us? Moses, we don't want truth. We want the man, the big man to talk to us. What happened? He said the big man came. Everybody, oh no, I don't talk to him.
We're gonna deal with Moses.
We're gonna talk to you. Same thing now. The same thing now. The Lord using us as a vessel. Because like I say it all the time. You as an older man, you never seen a bunch of young men like this out here preaching word with the zeal that we have, man. And we ain't just been out here, we ain't been out here yesterday.
Yeah, man, I ain't never seen y'all out here. When y'all been at?
We've been out here for 13 years. Every Saturday.
Right here.
Right here.
Where you go?
Been out here for years.
Yeah, I got a scripture before you go. Hey, my man, scripture before you go. Look, this is scripture before you go. This Luke 10 and 16. It says, he that heareth you, heareth me. And he that despiseth you, despiseth me. And he that despiseth me, despiseth him that sent me. So this is red letters. You know who's talking in red letters, right? He say, he that heareth you, the ones that's being heard is his prophets, his men, who he set up. He set up particular teachers to teach his word. Right? Not who you want to teach. It's who he ordained and sealed in their minds to teach the word. Is there false prophets? Of course. Right? Then they got the what? The real prophets. And the real prophets, wisdom cried out in the streets. The real prophets is in the streets. All right?
They're giving you sound doctrine.
And they're giving you sound
doctrine. Another thing they're giving you, they're telling you the good, bad, and ugly, man.
Everything.
You get it to you straight.
In the whole Bible.
You know? Give it to you straight, man. That's how it is.
Where y'all get some fish from?
Huh?
You get out the clothes.
This is a commandment.
This is a commandment to do,
we
man.
teach,
That's meant.
we supposed to teach in the streets. We supposed to garments, have our garments with our fringes. All right? With our fringes, which represents our law, statutes, and commandments on the Bible.
This is separation. This also separates us. It's also a symbol of separation from the other nations.
Man.
You know? That's how they know that. That's how they supposed to know that we are Israelites, man.
Yep. Oh, that's the people that are Lord. Look at them. They got the fringes, they're serving, they're keeping His law, statutes, and commandments. Deuteronomy 4 and 6. So this is why we got this. This is a garment. All right? This is what this literally keeps us naked. But symbolically speaking, it says keep your garment, least to show your shame. But your garment is a representation of you having this word. The way the word is your cloth of righteousness. It's a cloth of righteousness. Which we're showing, this is also a tall tale sign to show that the prophets of the Lord is going to have this on.
They're back.
And they're back.
Hey man, I'm gonna say this. This might go over your head though. But them same men that was back then in the Bible, John, James, Luke, Jeremiah, Peter, men. The same men that came back in the reincarnation.
Yeah, breaking it down.
Yeah, that's how the reincarnation's in the Bible. You know, we can prove that all day long. Because the Lord tells you that the spirit of the prophet is subject to the prophet.
I can take a picture of this.
That's too high. Reincarnation too high. That's too high for it.
Put right now.
Yeah, for right now, that's too high. That's too high.
Put right now.
Hey, you got a question?
What is this?
What is this?
Yes, sir.
You read the Bible?
Wait.
I did.
I got to read for a second.
Yeah, get some.
Well, our message is to wake up the children of Israel. And also tell them and also to tell them what's going to happen. Do you know about the Marshall Beach?
It is coming.
Yeah. Do you know about Marshall Beach? Yeah. So we're telling them out here to tell them to wake them up and some other nations. Which consists of a lot of other 17 other nations.
You already know about the chip. Like, I'm thinking like the market of the beast is going to be a chip. It's like a market.
Yo, you don't even
Hey, but this is the whole COVID thing was about. The whole COVID thing is breaking down the money system. Because they're telling you that they're going to mandate and make it mandatory that the military is going to implement the
RFID chip.
Tag.
The vaccine.
The vaccine.
Yeah.
It's all about breaking down the money system to the chip, man. Right. What about a couple of years ago? They gave you the credit cards to the chip system. You know, and it massaged it in society. Give you a barcode or whatever. man. You look at these buildings, everything is closed up. Right, they gonna do this, man.
Hey, there they go.
You know?
They gotta go.
Another message. Hey, I love what y'all are saying. Like, I want to do some support. It's true. Like, I know how that goes.
Let me ask you this. So when everything happened, right, it transpired, right? Do you believe that it's fair that if these people, so-called Negroes, Latinos, right? Is it right that they get recompensed when they stay there? I'm sorry. Do you feel that it's fair that they get the same?
The devil is a liar.
What's your nationality?
My nationality, I'm Icelandic.
According to your father and your grandfather. What's your grandfather? Your father.
Iceland. It's just a little island in the middle of nowhere.
And you know about the true Vikings of old? You know about the Moors?
It sounds so familiar. I know this. So like they don't even need the coronavirus.
I know. Yeah, we know that. It's gonna be an actual physical chip that's gonna put in. No, I'm talking about
In your skin.
Like you already got people putting it in there.
There you go.
They gonna do it. That's why they make it easy for you.
There's a time and everything.
Right there.
Give your tithes to the Levites. Give your tithes to the Levites. The priesthood was done away with. Now you talk to the church.
You might go.
The churches. You know what church means?
Having that little thinking it's cool, they got
This is the true church right here. Not a
He
building.
said that's cool.
I'm gonna say this.
Most important thing is
Everybody for other nations. That's cool for other nations.
come out every week. The Lord wants you to get it today.
My wife get over about an hour. I walk over. I'm going to take a walk. I'm walking around that way.
I'm talking about literally next month. I'm going to early 2000.
Today was your day to know?
I'm gonna tell you, I ain't gonna never lie to you. Y'all touch real,
Everything like that. Is it right that they
It's
get
not wrong with shrimp existing, but to
they do that to the people that did it to them?
Slaughter anything unrighteous, I do not support.
Okay, but do you think that it's right that you can get recompensed? The people who did it, so they recompensed themselves.
Our God is an ever forgiving God. No matter what mistakes you make.
We just simply okay.
Hey, but I'm gonna say this.
If you're not fit, y'all don't want to keep it real.
I made plenty of mistakes in my life. My other father, you're going to my back. He's always going to accept me for who I am.
No matter how many countries and people you kill, I'm not kidding. It ain't true. But what if your ancestors did? Where do you go to hell? You know your ancestors. How fucking
They're burning the hell right now. They're getting it right. Let me up there. Right up. Let me leave you.
What's your nationality?
you. Stay up. What are your nationality? White? Oh yeah. You got good brothers.
He's probably the jinx up there.
You might be.
Hey, you know,
Myself is expensive, man. I like that. Easy. That's easy. I like that one.
That's why I asked you where you from, because when you go into this book right here, where you from? Hey, Jake comes in the room over there, man. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what the Lord said about that.
And once you start serving the Lord, the Lord will open your mind to all sorts of things. And most
It's
important
Isaiah
thing,
14 and 21. It says, prepare Saul for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers.
So the children of the
Yeah, you got a point. You got a point. But the point is this. You got to pay what your fathers did.
No, I love everybody.
And we have to understand. It don't matter. It does matter. What your father didn't read, he didn't get that. Somebody got to see that.
Check it out, though. You take it all the way back, like.
He said he loved. He said love working for his neighbor.
I love all my neighbors.
You were loving them when you were
all hell's gonna break loose.
reincarnation that was you.
Like
You was back then doing that, man.
How do you know? I don't know.
Everybody heard. Everybody heard. That's true. That's it's in the Bible. I do not. It's in the Bible. It's in the Bible.
You said some days, man. But some days, we about to have a
Because he got to pay for it. He got to pay for it. You believe in reincarnation? Where did you reincarnate?
I gotta stop asking.
It's a flip right now.
Like, what if I was a black before this?
No, no, why that can't happen? According to getting harder, bro. According to all flesh is not the same flesh. All right, just like the spirit, you can't come back as a damn pig, man. You can't be a person.
Like, the only way I see somewhat of reincarnation is that you're already in heaven, but you decided as a spirit to come back and your body as like a body, a vessel.
You don't make the decision. Most times. But let me tell you, according to the Bible, everybody on the planet Earth comes back every 3 to 4 generations. It's a newborn baby, man. All right, everything that you knew back then, you forget. Scripture. Get it from Genesis 15 and 16.
Oh, so we're in the beginning.
But in the 4th generation, they shall come hither again.
What are you recording it for? Like, where does that go? It goes to them? Do they have like a YouTube channel? They do? What is it? Y'all type.
It's sad, right?
You guys have like a YouTube channel?
Hey, Brandon.
I got one for you, though. Check this out. This is reincarnation, man. This is reincarnation. Listen. This is Isaiah. This is 2 Ezra 14 and 35. For after that shall the judgment come when we shall live again. See? How you gonna live again?
We're gonna live again up there.
What? No. Now check it out. Read. Since your mother and your father was a pastor, give me the Lord's Prayer. Give me the Lord's Prayer. Does not say, Our Father,
Our Father who is in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in
No,
heaven.
you're reading it wrong. Thy kingdom come.
Thy will be done on earth as it is in
Thy
heaven.
kingdom come where?
Thy kingdom come on earth as it is
On
in
earth.
heaven.
Do you get it?
On earth as it is in heaven.
So where's the kingdom of heaven going to be at? No, you just read it. On earth, man.
On earth.
As it is.
Like, you ain't as it is in heaven. As it is in heaven. Hold on. The as it is in heaven is talking about the order.
I think y'all just translate.
No. Y'all drunk, man.
I thought you were drunk enough.
What happened tonight? What is y'all got, man?
Not here. Hey.
What happened? Yeah, they gone, man. They gone.
I got a quick one. Hey, this is the book of Revelation, chapter 21, verse 2. And I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from God out of heaven.
New Jerusalem is a horrifying place. That goes into Revelation.
For him, he might be horrified.
You believe in hell, right?
He will be horrified.
That's the spirit. That's the spirit. He said New Jerusalem is horrible. That's the spirit.
Hey, he's gonna be horrified for them.
New Jerusalem is going to be horrible.
It is. He said that's a horrible place.
Horrible place. I wanna know this, man.
You ain't get the Jake.
I was talking.
I wanted you to get him.
Oh, look at this nigga, man. Did you see that fucking tail, man?
Bro, that was a tail like a motherfucker. Oh, he is gone.
Very simple, man.
He had it first. I was talking to so he could talk to him. He was like, wait. I was like, talk to him. I'm trying to get you to talk to him. Like, I wanted you to talk to him.
Hey, Pops should have been here. That was a perfect example of Pops wondering about the skin color and judging the skin color.
Pops a coon.
Got a spirit in his name.
All the time.
And a simp, man.
And a simp. Oh, I need to go tell my wife. They trying to hold on to his wife out there in this society, man.
They trying to go, man.
Yeah, they were believing in him like.
That nigga.
It's a miserable place. You right.
That nigga
It's
head.
full of misery for
That
you.
nigga head, that nigga had it straight up and down.
Straight up and down.
So how they kindness changed though? You started telling them shit down.
I didn't like this. I said, man,
That's in the book of Revelation.
oh, you know, but look, he said, I believe in reincarnation. He said, look what he said. He said, I saw my reincarnation. I saw my past life. I said, and then he did that. I said, man, Jake, dog. We knew he was an Edomite. I knew when I looked at it, I said, that's an Edomite, man.
His spirit had an Edomite spirit on.
Edomite. But with that, man, you know, hey, it's time to get out of here, man. You know, Lord willing, that was edifying and, you know, spirit went all over the place. Man, that's what the Lord wanted to do. I might go past listen to that. And as I was doing it, John, to be able to answer these people according to the scriptures, not according to our emotions and feelings. All right? We are to break down the word of the Lord, the sound doctrine, all right, according to how the Lord said to do it. Not how man said or how emotional a man is. But with that, man, we want to give infinite honors and prayers to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and salutations to the item that's pushing the truth and sincerity. Till next time, we'll say shalom. Shalom. Bible Paul. Bible Paul. Shalom.